KSOM 96.5 welcomes you to another presentation of KSOM Sports with live coverage from play-by-play broadcasters Zach Collins and color commentary from Austin West and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. This is the home of your team, right here on KSOM.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in here to Riverside High School in Oakland, Iowa for tonight's Western Iowa Conference girls basketball matchup featuring the visiting team on the scoreboard here tonight, the 11-4, number 15 ranked Treynor Cardinals, who are coached by Joe Chapman, and the home team, the 9-7 Riverside Bulldogs, who are coached by Mitch Rice. Welcome here to this Western Iowa Conference basketball matchup between the Treynor Cardinals and Riverside Bulldogs. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West as we're just about 10 minutes away from the opening tip-off as we start here on a KSOM basketball pregame show on KSOM 96.5 FM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtanet. So, Austin, just kind of taking a look at this, the Riverside Bulldogs earned a big win last night in the game against ICAM Manning. They won 60-55, a win that actually put Riverside at the 9-win mark for the most wins since their 2012-2013 season when the Bulldogs went 9-14. And they've got a chance to really advance it here because currently, when we take a look at how this team is doing so far here this season, they're currently sitting at 9-7 here. So they've got a way that, well, really, they can end up with a better record down the line.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. This is a really well-balanced team that they have so far. Again, they've shown good signs of defense, good signs of offense. And again, already being at that 9 wins is a great landmark to be at here early in the season still. I shouldn't say early, but earlier than, where they'd like to be picking up 9 wins or usually pick up 9 wins. So something to watch for as well as they kind of keep getting into this streak here as the season comes to a close and kind of have one of their best seasons in years.
And this is kind of a balanced team that they're bringing this season. It's different when you look at other Riverside teams. Really, it's just about any girl on the night can lead in scoring here for Riverside. It doesn't matter what night it is, doesn't matter where they're playing, who they're playing. It's always pretty much a different player at the top that night. It just kind of shows how balanced this team has really been overall this season. So we'd like to remind you that the KSOM basketball pregame show is brought to you by the Seed Pros, Brucker Carnes and Carnes, Cass Health, Riggs Ag Services, Anita Supply Center, Humble Insurance, Rancho Grande, Stein Seed, Princeton Financial Group, Ziegler, Iowa Western Community College, Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, Service Master by Rice, Mertz Welding, and Brumley Supplies. And once again, you're listening to the KSOM basketball pregame show on 96.5 KSOM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtanet. Be sure to stay tuned to the KSOM basketball pregame show as up next I had a chance to talk with Riverside head coach Mitch Rice in our coaches show. We'll also take a look at both Treynor and Riverside, discuss the starting lineups, and get you right into this game. Stay tuned. You're listening and watching the home of your team right here on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtanet.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you in here to our Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show. I'm Zach Collins as we're joined alongside here by Riverside Girls Head Basketball Coach Mitch Rice. Mitch, how are you doing here today?
No, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. So kind of talk to me a little bit about Friday. I mean, you won 48-23 against East Mills. Just kind of talk about that game a little thoroughly and just what worked in your guys' favor.
what we've really been focusing on a lot lately is our defense, and it's starting to show up again like it was there at the beginning of the season. We tried to start out in a little bit of man-to-man. We knew they had a really quick guard. 12. She does a really nice job. She's probably one of, if not the quickest guard we've seen all season. And the stuff that she does off ball is what's really impressive. And we really wanted to make sure that we knew where she was at all times. So we kind of tried to face guard her a little bit and realized that kind of wasn't working in our favor. And we jumped into our zone, and the girls did a great job. They squeezed where they were supposed to squeeze. They trapped when they're supposed to trap. The backside help was really good again I felt even last week we played really good help side defense, and even getting to our third rotation, almost to our fourth rotation, which is pretty impressive in my opinion, and especially small class girls basketball. They're doing a great job. They're following their defensive assignments, and then we kind of go in spurts. I'm really going to be excited when we can get offensively the consistency that we can get. Each night it seems like it changes who our leading scorer is or who our second and third leading scorers are. And I'm waiting for that one game where they all click together. I think it'll be a pretty special night when that happens. So, things going well as the defense side, absolutely, and then just a few people stepping up offensively each game.
And kind of talking about some of your leading scorers here, I mean, you've got three girls averaging just around 6 points a game: Sophia Taylor, Cindy Summers, and Ellie Henderson. Really, how important have these three been, and how has their young leadership really impacted such a young team?
I mean, and that's pretty much what it's been. We've been young almost since I took over. We've struggled to have upperclassmen stick it out and fight through, and the couple that have this year have been great for us. And really helping them see the future of what we're going to be doing, and not only the rest of this year but going forward. But the points per game has been, we don't put a lot of emphasis on it because we knew coming in, we really truly felt we had 10 different girls could lead us in scoring at any given night. And I think we've had 7 or 8 of those do that. So yeah, those three girls are kind of leading us in scoring. But if you go through and look, we're pretty balanced all the way down. We have, I don't know how many girls we have over 60 points scored this year, but which doesn't sound like a lot when you look at a team that has a girl that's scored, 200 points. But when everybody on your team is contributing, that's kind of been our focus, and that's what's kept us, with one of the highest point differentials in our conference. So we're pretty pumped about that.
And you kind of mentioned a little bit, and I kind of mentioned a little bit in the last question, very young team this season. How have the young players continued to kind of step up every year? And, I mean, really, like you even mentioned, a lot of the upperclassmen don't stick it out. It's these younger classmen that come in and really try to stick it out. They go to the basketball. They continue to improve every season. How do they continue to improve this year?
First it was a learning curve, and we still are kind of there with the speed of the game at times with our turnovers. But it gets better in spurts, and when it does get better, we finish and we follow suit. The last two groups have come in. Our freshmen and sophomores have come in ready to be able to contribute with some great community youth coaching that's been going on with them, and we're really, really excited to see that continue to grow as they progress through our program. But I think it's just you get through the tweaks of the earliness and the speeding up the game, and then you got to get through them used to playing 3 games a week or 4 games a week, and their legs, and because it's when they're young players, they're not used to those types of things. And I think one of the big things that's helped us is, fortunately, a lot of these girls are multi-sport athletes. They play 3 to 4 high school sports, and that just helps them stay in shape year round. And when we all kind of are on the same page here, all of us, the high school girls coaches, kind of communicate and have high expectations, not only for what they put out on the court, but in practice and with the way that we do things. And I think that's really helped our girls programs across the board kind of start to head in the right direction.
And just one last question for you here. I mean, your defense is only averaging other teams around 35 points scored a game. How has the defense been able to be, just so good this season, especially with these young girls? I mean, are they quick? Is it the defensive strategy? Just kind of talk to me a little bit about that.
Our saying coming into the season was passion, heart, and desire. And the one thing that you have to do to play defense is you have to have heart. The quota movie off The Replacements, Jenny McGinty, you have to have miles and miles of heart to come back and get it done. And I'm really impressed with it. Doesn't matter who it is. Like I said, we have 10 girls that we play regularly, and when we're in there and we're playing defense, they understand their assignment. And I think we've gotten a lot better at just understanding the off-ball stuff, but they understand it because they put the effort in, because they cared enough to do it. So it's not only what they're doing during the games. It's how they're practicing it. It's how the film that they're watching. It's all a credit to those girls and their heart and wanting to have that defensive side of the ball to be so good.
Well, Mitch, that's all I've got for you here on our KSOM pregame show, brought to you by Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic, your home for personalized sports apparel right in Atlantic. Thank you once again for joining us, and good luck here in this game tonight.
Sounds great. We appreciate all you guys do.
And that was Riverside girls head basketball coach Mitch Rice, right here on our Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show. We're going to take a quick break right here on our KSOM pregame show and be back in just a few moments to break down the starting lineups and get you ready for the opening tip-off of this game following shortly after. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. See you back here in just a few minutes.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you right back here to Riverside High School for this evening's Western Iowa Conference basketball matchup featuring the Treynor Cardinals and the Riverside Bulldogs. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West as we continue here on our KSOM basketball pregame show. Austin, I mean, you kind of just heard it a little bit there for a second for Riverside, just kind of what they've been talking about overall, trying to just look in terms of improving that defense. And really the defense has been the main catalyst here in the success for Riverside this season.
Yeah, and we kind of heard Coach talk about it in that one. That they're trying to get everything to put together. They have a lot of things that pop up in game to game, but when it really comes down to it, they just haven't been able to find every single person putting it together in the exact same game.
And we'll jump in here to the starting lineups here as we're going to start with the number 15 ranked Treynor Cardinals, coached by Joe Chapman, assist by Adrian Okerbloom, Jennifer Zaldis, as well as Dylan Fable. Looking here for Riverside as they're announcing the starting lineups. We're going to start with Treynor. Number 1, Claire Shiragi, the 5'4" sophomore guard. Number 3, Nora Cones, the 5'6" sophomore guard. Number 5, Alexa Schwartz, the 5'8" senior guard. Number 11, Ella Tarks, the 6'5" senior center. And number 22, Josie Lewis, a 5'7" senior guard. And just looking at this team down the line, lots of players averaging around that 6-point-a-game marker there. But Nora Combs, is averaging 12.8 points per game. She's going to be the player to watch out here for tonight. You can probably hear the PA announcer in the background here. I can barely even hear myself in this gym.
I know, we're going to have to turn our headsets up a little bit this way. As loud as the PA system is, as loud as these fans are getting as well. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight for sure.
It's going to be a great one here tonight, but it looks like they're going to get into the national anthem here in just a few moments. But number 0, Ellie Henderson, the 5'8" junior guard. Number 14, Cindy Summers, the 5'9" freshman center. And we're going to pause here for the national anthem as we will play it live for you here right on 96.5 KSOM as a Riverside band will be playing the national anthem here tonight. So we'll point the microphone their way and let them take over the microphone. And we jump back in here after a wonderfully played national anthem. It's always great to be able to hear a national anthem played live, especially by a pep band at a high school, because you get to see all the high school talent come out just in a little bit of a different way. So it's always great to be able to hear that here as we jump right back in here to our starting lineups. We'll kind of start over here for Riverside. Number 0, Ellie Henderson, the 5'8" junior guard. Number 14, Sydney Summers, the 5'9" freshman center. Number 15, Kaden Schnack, the 5'7" freshman guard. Number 20, Madison Kelly, the 5'8" sophomore center. And number 23, Adeline Martins, the 5'7" sophomore forward. They're coached by Mitch Rice, assisted by Devin Moore here for this competition. Tonight, Riverside will be wearing their white home uniforms. It looks to be dark blue trim and dark blue lettering. Treynor in their black away uniforms with white trim and red lettering as the opening tip-off is underway here. Treynor is going to be going from right to left. Riverside from left to right. Treynor winning the opening tip-off as this one's a deep three on the far side by Schrage. She misses that attempt, but an offensive board on the near side here for the Cardinals. Pass on the near wing. Combs misses that attempt. Rebound underneath on the far side by Adeline Martins here, the Bulldogs. Riverside's Ellie Henderson rolls on out to the right side. Tains at the right wing, tries to make a handoff, gets it on off to Schnack. Schnack top of the key, now rolls back right. Tries looking on the interior to the high post. Tries to go to the high post, but that one just goes out of bounds. As it looks like they're going to call it last off of Treynor. They were actually going to originally give it on over to the Cardinals. Call it off on Riverside, but I guess there was a little bit of a tip there.
Must have happened right at the point of attack there, because
right.
Again, I didn't see it move any sort of direction at all.
Inbound goes to Schnack, that goes out of bounds. That's it's blocked away down low. Nice block by Tarks. But I mean, if you're 6'5", it's going to be pretty easy, especially the wingspan like she has.
Yeah, I'm surprised I just now noticed how much taller Tarks is than every other girl here on the floor.
Inbound, up and in for Madison Kelly. Puts the first points on the board here tonight. If you also hear a separate whistle, there is another game on the opposite side of the gym as Riverside just split by a curtain. So you do hear a whistle. It's not on just every play as Schwartz is able to take that one up and in. About a 5-foot jumper. 2-2 tied on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Reminding that the scoreboard is always brought to you by the Seed Pros. By your side from the word go. Your Pioneer Pros, Mark Van Tiger, John Becker, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. Turnover here for Treynor, and another turnover as is picked up by Henderson here for Riverside. Goes down the floor, looks at the right wing. Inbound to Treynor. Now looks down low at the far post. Kicks this one on out. The bank is open, ladies and gentlemen. Sydney Summers able to knock in two. 4-2 now on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 6:15 left to go here in the first quarter. Inside look to Tarks. Tarks is double teaming on the near block. Tries looking on the inside. Whips this one out. Now continues on down low the far block to Lewis. That one's all high off the glass. Going to be knocked out of bounds, and it will be Treynor basketball. Last touch by the Bulldogs.
Looks like it was getting a little tough down there down low. Surprised maybe no fouls got slipped in there as well. So something to watch as they stay aggressive down in the paint.
Very aggressive to say the least. Inbound here for Treynor goes in their favor. Now to Cones on the far side. To Schrage, they look inside here. That's a miss off the mark by Tarks in the far post. Now even a turnover here. Nice pickup by Schwartz. Left-hand layup up and in. Makes a heads-up play, and a timeout is going to be taken by Treynor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We won't pause for a full timeout, but a station ID. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM.
Playing your kind of country. 96.5 KSOM, Audubon, Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan.
And we welcome you back in here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. And, well, so far tied 4-all, Austin. And both teams just kind of going back and forth. Pretty equal play so far.
Yeah, again, it's really been the strong defense we were talking about in the pregame show. That's what we're going to have to see tonight. And that's what we've seen so far, even on, you know, the undersized Riverside Bulldogs going against Tarks here tonight. Again, it's standing at 6'5". They're getting up on their tiptoes just to kind of defend there. It's worked so far.
When I was doing game prep and I typed in 6'5", I thought, oh, all right, they have a center. That's to say the least. She's a very agile player underneath the basket too, so we'll kind of see what she does here tonight. Kicking out here for Riverside. They are containing on the right wing. Looks on top of the key and take over here for Cones. She drives down low. One-on-one opportunity taken away here by Henderson. Rebound put back up and in for Schrage. I like that Schrage just came, followed the basketball, just went right up and in. That's just a heads-up play. Henderson front court, far side. Guarded a little bit there by Cones. 6-4 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Pass goes down low. Foul's going to be called on the floor. Be a little different here. We're going to have to rely on the scoreboard a lot tonight. It'll be on number 3, Nora Cones. That'll be her first and the team's first. Just because the scores tables on the opposite side. Inbound goes a free throw line marker. That's a no good on that jumper by Madison Kelly. Board here coming for Treynor. That's Schwartz. Looks in the near corner. Schrage from downtown. Splash. Knocks that one down for 3.
Wide open look. You got to give it to her.
Right. That was a perfect bucket. Perfect shot, as this one's going to be a backcourt violation. Riverside now with a heads-up play there, but very young team here, so they're going to see a little bit of young team mistakes. They're still going to develop over the course of the season. It's just sometimes what you got on the floor, but very talented group of girls here for this Riverside team. Same with the Treynor Cardinals. They've got some good ball movement here early. Pass in the near corner. Cones from downtown. That one's just off the mark. Touches the front of the rim. Rebound here comes from Martins. She comes crashing down the floor. Gets that one blocked away down low in the last second. And it's going to be a foul called here on Riverside. Call a little bit of a reach in there. That's going to go on number 15, Kaden Schnack. Her first, team first. 4:23 left to go here in the first. Still 9-4 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Takeaway here for Henderson at the high post. Continues driving. She has a 2-on-1 opportunity, and that one's just touch out of bounds. She's looking at the player underneath the basket rather than the one following up on her on the right side. And honestly, I'd be more worried about the one following up on me on the right side, especially with the hand that I'm dribbling the basketball with. Inbound goes to the high post. Summers misses that attempt from downtown. Rebound here for the Cardinals, Schwartz. Drives towards the left side, loses the basketball, just whips that one up. It's going to be a travel. She kind of got halted up there for a second, but then thought she could continue stepping forward.
Yeah, it looked like she was trying to grab the ball. She went through some traffic and went to dribble it again. But again, like I said, going through that traffic, was unable to, and then just got that extra step in there.
Coming down the floor is Schnack. Gets a little bit of pressure offered up as it's touched away out of bounds. Riverside will maintain the possession. Jaden Huseman checking in here for Treynor. Number 21, Alyssa Amdor checking in for Riverside.
Much more even heights here on the court as well, so this might be time to take advantage maybe down low.
Inbound goes to Andor. Hands this one off to Kelly on the near wing. Now looks to Martins. Kicks it on over to Schnack, top of the key. Schnack goes to the right wing, tries looking inside of Andor, but that one's just too high. Andor, 5'8", a pretty tall player out there on the floor. I mean, clearly not on the opposite side of Tarks' height, but at the same time, I mean, here for girls basketball, pretty high player, just wasn't able to even jump up and get to that basketball.
Yeah, a little one behind as well. Just you're unable when you're running like that to be able to reach back behind you and try to catch that.
Pass goes down low, knocked away by Andor. Picked down up here by Henderson. One-on-one opportunity down the floor. Drives up high, doesn't use the glass over. She just kind of whips that one off as that's going to be last touched off of a Bulldog as it goes out of bounds. See number 2, Bailey Richardson check in here for Riverside. Averages around 3.7 points per game this season, just under 2 rebounds. 3:15 left to go. 9-4 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. A pretty good defensive game. Treynor moving this basketball around the perimeter. Looks to the far side of the floor. Down the far corner. Pump fake. Driving attempt. Tries looking down low to Huseman. Takeaway here for the Bulldogs is picked up by Bailey Richardson. Nice job down on the floor by Schnack as she's able to just pick that one up. Richardson drives, throws that one up. She'll get fouled, and she'll head to the charity stripe for a pair.
I think that one was kind of meant more of a pass, but hey, if it looks like a shot and you get sent to the line, might as well.
Right. Honestly, I thought the same thing. I thought they were going to call it on the floor, but hey, she goes to the line. She's only been there 16 times this season, or taken 16 shots there this season. 7 of 16 at the charity stripe. That one does not fall through on the first. Treynor's going to bring in a couple of subs here. Number 20, Hannah Swanson. It looks like number 22, Josie Lewis, checked back in here. Almost need binoculars from how high we're sitting up here tonight at Riverside, but gotta love the atmosphere. Misses them both at the charity stripe. Still 9-4 in the C-Pro scoreboard. Under 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Near corner, three-point attempt. Knocks it on down for Nora Cones. Finally saw a score here. We went about 2 minutes and 30 seconds with neither team scoring for a second. It's been a good defensive effort so far here tonight. Pick up here by Martins. Kicks out to Andor on the near side. Goes up top of the key. Just caught on the side by Schnack. Rolls on out to the right wing. Goes up top of the key. Back to Richardson. Struggles a little bit. 14 on the shot clock. Gets up to the high court to Kelly. Looks to the far side of the wing. Now back to Kelly. Kelly scans the interior. Takes it for herself to the right side. A tip away here for Treynor for a second. A pass on the inside. And a foul's going to be called with just 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
It was really aggressive defense by Treynor. They really had no openings there for the Bulldogs. Just had nowhere to go, and I don't know if it was the scheme that just really struggled to help get them open or what it was.
Allie Hauser being called for the foul there for Treynor. Missed shot attempt here on the near corner. Under 2 minutes now left to go. Treynor with the basketball. Cones goes up high to Hauser. Whips it on over to the near side. To Swanson, back to Hauser, looks in the interior from Lewis, out to Cones, that's from downtown and no good. Offensive board here for Swanson, goes on top of the key for Lewis, she drives in, that one's off the mark as well on the lay-in. Richardson getting the board, passing down the floor, looks up and in for Adeline Martins. Riverside finally, after going scoreless for about 3 minutes, finally gets something on the Seed Pro scoreboard, still down by 6.
Honestly, it was probably more like 4 minutes to be completely honest, because they had this thing tied at 4, and it was all Treynor up until that shot.
Cones with a deep mid-range as that one knocks through for 2. She's got 5 here on the night. That one was nothing but net. Richardson tried driving in, and a takeaway here for Nora Cones as well. Very talented player. Just about a minute remains here as this one's from downtown for Treynor. The bank is open, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in Oakland, go to the bank. You might get $3 out of it. Or maybe not.
Maybe not, but that was a deep 3 there from Treynor. My goodness, about 2 feet off the line.
Richardson tries tossing this one and gets blocked away, and a foul's going to be called down low in the paint. As we saw Andor come crashing down to the hardwood. It's going to be on Treynor. Number 22, Josie Lewis. That'll be her first. Team's 4th here in the first quarter. So Treynor a little bit more foul trouble than we've seen Riverside get in here early. They bring in a couple subs. Cindy Summers checks back in. We'll see Sophia Fenner back on the floor here for Riverside. And a player to be determined as I can't see the number of the basketball. This one touched away, put back as it's Casey Perkins who's checked in, and a jump ball is going to be called down on the floor. Possession arrow still staying here with Riverside with 38.1 seconds left to go.
The big thing is, I think, here for Riverside, they got to get that 3 ball going, because Treynor's just been packing down low and inside the perimeter and been forcing them to, like, hey, if you're going to take those shots, take them. Otherwise, they've been trying to force the pass down inside.
Richardson with the basketball on the far wing. Gets it to Andor on the near wing. Makes a carry. Is that one? She just wasn't able to kind of bring it in. Lost control for a second. Had a little bit defensive pressure. And then, well, that's when you carry a lot of the time.
Yeah, she was kind of reaching back to regain that ball. And when your arm's all the way back like that, like a throwing motion,
right,
eventually you're just going to bring it over because you're going to try to shove it forward to dribble it. But your arm's so far back, it's going to be a carry.
Shot clock turned off. 16 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Looks like Treynor's going to be taking the last shot of this competition. Swanson trying to make a pass across. It was a touch away here for just a second by Perkins. Treynor remaining with the basketball. Schrage, 5 seconds left. Cones on the outside. That's no good from downtown. Richardson with the board, and time will expire here to end the first quarter of action. Treynor keeps Riverside to single digits, 17-6. That's Seed Pro scoreboard to end the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you right back here on 96.5 KSOM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtanet.
When your home or business has been affected by water, fire, smoke, or mold, and you don't know what to do next, We do. From one room to multiple levels, we can do it all while working with you and your insurance company. Service Master by Rice is your local experts for residential and commercial restoration, offering emergency services 24/7, 365. To set up services, call 712-243-5373 with phones answered 24/7. Service Master by Rice serves all of Western Iowa.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
Reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Brocker Carnes & Carnes, your trusted insurance since 1894, and Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors. I'm Zach Allen sitting alongside Austin West, currently 17-6 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads, and Austin, how does Riverside kind of pull their way back in here in the second quarter?
I kind of talked about it there as we were ending the first quarter. I think they got to try more perimeter shots because Treynor's obviously figured out they want to try to force those passes inside for those deep jumpers or near layups, whatever it may be, just somewhere in that range, just outside the paint or just inside it. And they've really just held their defense there and just run with them inside that zone. And Riverside kind of been the exact opposite. They keep their perimeter in there, and then Treynor just takes advantage.
Cones tries to drive it in here, dishes onto the outside to Schrage. She tries whipping that one in. The touch away here for Tarks. Picked on up by Treynor. Now looks to Schrage. Kicks to Cones. This one from downtown. That just hits the back of the iron. And a rebound coming up here by Josie Lewis. Kicks on out. Schwartz from downtown. This one rolls around and falls through. Puts 3 on the board. Now 20-6 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Perkins on the far side, looks to the top of the key here to Fenner. Fenner tries driving in, puts this one up in the high post, and that's going to be a board for Tarks. Tarks is the big height advantage down low here. Took a lot of boards coming from her tonight. Pass goes outside, kicks to Combs, now here to Schwartz on the near wing. This one's going to go out of bounds after that one hit the iron, unfortunately, on a high bounce in Treynor's favor, but fortunately for Riverside. Bulldogs pick this one back up, get a little bit of a 2-3 press offered up. They'll break it pretty easily as Casey Perkins has the basketball on the left wing. Looks inside, finds Amdor. She tries driving through, puts that one up, but it's time to be fouled. Is paying attention to the whistle on the other floor as that one's tried another shot there. As it's brought down the floor here by the Cardinals. Schrage tries to drive with the right-hand layup. That's off the mark. Rebound hauled in by Sophia Fenner of the Riverside Bulldogs. Drives down the floor, 1-on-2 opportunity. It's blocked away by Ella Tarks. Wow.
Right, that's what's going to happen. You go for an easy layup one-on-one with Tarks, and she's closing you off with the out-of-bounds line to help her. Yeah, it's going to be sent out of the park, basically.
Tarks not much of an offensive player statistically, only about 7 points a game. Another block away. This one finally put up with the board by Sydney Summers after she got her own offensive board. Now puts them within 12, 28 on the C-Pro scoreboard, under 6:20 left to go here in the second quarter. Been a pretty quick moving game to say the least so far. Down the key is Schwartz. Kicks it on out far side to Hauser. Hauser whips it on back to the top to Schwartz. Looking in, now looks to Schrage in the near wing. Passes this one into Tarks. Rolls it on around. Now looks back down low. Back to Tarks. This one up and in. Nice assist down low by Josie Lewis. Tarks puts her first points up on the night. 22-8 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Bulldogs try looking down low and a touch away here. Amdor just not able to make that pass away. Schwartz looks down low to Schrage. Schrage gets blocked away, but they're going to call a foul to be caught on the near side sideline official. It's going to be a number, looks to be 21, Alyssa Amdor. I apologize, I'm used to sit behind the scorer's table, so it's a little bit easier to see the numbers over there.
Yeah, because they're talking right to us usually when we're right behind them, but now again at Riverside, we're on the opposite.
At the line currently is number 1, Claire Schrage, averaging 17-22 on the season, and make that 18-23 after she made the first. So go now here for the second. 5:36 left to go. Looks to increase this lead here for the Cardinals, and she does. Number 3, Nora Cones is checking back in here for the Cards. I like Treynor's uniform, just the Cards thing that just goes across. I like the lettering about it. I don't know. Something to it, Austin.
Personally, put it in script lettering, and I'm more sold. I'm a big script lettering guy. What can I say?
You want script lettering everything, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely I do. I mean, Iowa jerseys for basketball with script lettering, amazing. BV has some wonderful Beavers script lettering, kind of like the Iowa ones for girls basketball. Fantastic.
I guess Valpo and Notre Dame both have pretty good ones, too, so I'll give you that. Takeaway here for the Cardinals. Cones tries driving jump stops, gets double teamed down low, but double dribbles. You know, I've seen that a couple times where the player just goes, all right, I think the ball was touched away, and then they try dribbling again. It's like, don't think so in that case.
I mean, with so many hands being flown in there right at that time, I don't blame her. Granted, I have no room to talk about if I would double dribble or not, because I don't think I'd make it down the floor without double dribbling.
Really?
Technically, basketball sense in my mind is really good, but as soon as I put it into action on the court, not so much.
Shorts with a takeaway. That was touched away. Exchange hands for a second. Kick out to Hauser. It's the back of the iron. Rebound down low by Huseman. Tries the offensive board, and that doesn't go through, but she gets fouled on the shot attempt. She'll go to the line for a pair. Foul's going to be called on the Bulldogs. Number 11, Sophia Fenner. Her first, team second. Who's been at the line this season, 0-4. And, well, make that 1 of 5.
And just a bad foul there as well by Fenner. Just kind of swatted at it from behind. And then as she was going by and the shot went up, she reached around and tried to backhand back into her and try to swipe that ball away. So, again, not really sure how she thought that was going to go, but it went about as well as expected.
Full timeout called here by the Bulldogs. 25-8 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads. We'll be right back in 30.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Riggs Ag Services. Transform your planter with help from Riggs Ag Services in Lewis and Anita Supply Center, your home enhancement store. We are here to help. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West as we are here to give you the broadcast tonight. 25-8 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Treynor currently leads as Jaden Huseman made the first at the charity stripe if you're just joining us here, and doesn't make the second after it bounces in, bounces out, and rolls around and probably went in every single direction it possibly could. Riverside gets the basketball here with Kaden Schnack down low, gets blocked down low by Tarks, gets the board, puts it on up is Summers. As Summers now with 6 points here tonight. Nice offensive board for her just to be able to snag it immediately, whip it on up, and get something at least going. Treynor back with the basketball, and awkward shot there by Schrage. Doesn't go through. Actually, excuse me, that was Cones on the shot attempt. Riverside back with the ball. Gets it to Henderson on the near wing. Transitions in. Kicks down low. She was under a lot of pressure down low as Hauser's able to pick up the basketball here for Treynor. Kicks on the near wing. Gets it to Cones. Looks on out to Hauser. Back to Cones on the left wing. Cones transitions in. Bounce pass goes up top of the key to Hauser. Whips it onto the far side of the floor to Schwartz. Tries a shot at tap, but she'll get fouled and go to the line for a pair.
Yeah, that one I'm not so sure on. I saw a lot of ball and then through to the arm, but absolutely started on the ball.
And when it starts on the ball, it really doesn't matter where it goes after that point. So, well, in that case, regardless, I guess the ball doesn't lie as Schwartz knocks in the first. Riverside brings in a sub of Adeline Martins. Treynor will bring back in number 22, Josie Lewis.
And a big thing right now for Riverside, we have yet to see really a three-point shot from them this entire game. And they have 3 players who are shooting better than 30% beyond the arc. 2 are shooting better than 35%.
Right.
One of them's even shooting better than 40.
Shorts misses the second as she splits the pair. We'll kind of see, Austin, if we get a three-point shot, but just as a team overall this season, shooting 27% from the three-point mark. So we'll see kind of what they do here. Drives down low, goes baseline, tries with a reversal of Schnack. That one doesn't fall through here for Riverside.
It does look a lot better, though, without Tarks down there.
It does look a little bit better. It's a little bit easier in terms of transition. Kick out, far corner, Swanson. That one rolls around the iron, doesn't fall through, and a jump ball is going to be called. Nice aggressiveness by Cannon Schnack, just a freshman. Throws on in there and just grabs that basketball, takes it for her own.
Yeah, and it wasn't one that you looked like you could get a shot at a jump ball out of either, but somehow she's able to dive in there for it and rip it away and get that jump ball opportunity.
26-10 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor still leads, under 3 minutes left to go in action in the second quarter. Henderson with the basketball, ran into her own player and travels. Ran right into Sydney Summers. She was kind of transitioning in. Summers almost kind of thought she was going with a high post screen in the beginning. Realized where she was at. Realized the play that they were setting up. But by then it was too late.
Yeah, they got sandwiched by the Treynor Cardinals almost like they planned it, but obviously they didn't. But it worked out really well for them.
Schrage in the near corner. That one's off the mark. Board hauled in by Cannon Schnack of the Bulldogs. This one's going to be touched out of bounds. Still maintained here with Riverside. 2:31 left to go here in the second quarter of action. Still waiting on your three-point shot here, Austin.
And we have two of the best shooters, the two best shooters from three on the court right now. It's Martins, number 23, shooting 44%, and then Summers shooting 38.5.
38.5 is a very impressive number, to say the least, especially here at the high school game.
And again, like I said, 44%, 4 for 9 is Adeline Martins.
Wow. Henderson with a drive in. That one's up and in. Her first points of the night. Like the drive and attempt, but we'll see kind of what happens down the line. Kick here for the Cardinals, far side. Bank is open for Swanson. Either that or she's drawing out of the ATM, but she gets 3 down on the board. 1:45 left to go in the second. Henderson with the basketball. I'm getting flashed by a flashlight on the phone over here, so I went blind for a second. Felt like I just looked into the sun. Henderson whipping this one off. That's off the mark as that air balls, and a jump ball is going to be called. Two players ringing around for a second there of Treynor and Riverside. As the Cardinals will take over. Bring in a couple substitutions. As it looks like they bring in back in number 5, Alexa Schwartz. And number 22, Josie Lewis. Schwartz on the near wing, kicks the top of the key to Cones. Now looks to the far side of Schrage. Tries going cross court. Somehow pulled in by Alexa Schwartz. Takes a short corner jumper. That doesn't fall through. Kelly able to haul on the board. Minute 10 left to go. Kelly gets stuck herself, and a foul's going to be called here on the Cardinals. Till then, number 22, Josie Lewis. That'll be her second. And just the team's first here, the second quarter.
The official almost looked hurt to call that. He kind of grabbed his wrist, like, gritted his teeth, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Sometimes you get those, and sometimes you make those calls, but continue here in action. Minute left to go in the second. 29-12 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads in this competition. Kick out in the near corner. Looks to put up a pump fake here at Madison Kelly. Rings it all around to Schnack. Schnack at the top of the key. Does a small handoff to Martins on the right wing. Tries transitioning in. Tries with a bounce pass in the lane. As this could be last touch away here by Treynor. But it's going to be Treynor basketball. That's blatantly obvious that it should not be Cardinal basketball, but, well, sometimes you win the whistle. Other times it goes against you and it's your enemy.
Yeah, I only saw it hit black and red, so I'm just as lost as you are.
It didn't touch a white jersey at all. It actually touched 2 Treynor players, but regardless, we continue here in action. Deep 3 is no good. Schwartz able to haul on the board. Schrage in the right wing, tries looking inside to Lewis as she kicks this one out to Swanson. Throws this one up. Is this going to be a board here? Hauled in by Riverside. 7 seconds left to go. Now 4 seconds. Driving down low is Schnack. Puts this one high off the glass. That's no good. 1 second left to go. Treynor the basketball. Last second shot is no good.
On target, though.
It was on point.
On target, just not high enough.
Need a little bit of that Austin West strength, to say the least.
Hey, the throwing not so great with the bum shoulder.
That's all right. But, well, we'll see kind of what happens in the second half. 29-12 on the Seed Pro scoreboard here. Currently as Treynor leads entering halftime. We're going to take a quick break and jump into our KSOM halftime show. But not after we take a media timeout. See you right back here on 96.5 KSOM and live streaming on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanets.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 5. We're here 6 days a week for all of your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situation, and goals. Please contact Mark Smith or me at 243-2466.
Member SIPC.
KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back in here to Riverside High School, very loud Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West as we jump in here to our KSOM halftime show. Currently 29-12 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads in this competition. Riverside hasn't been able to knock much down, Austin. How can really Riverside make their way back into this game?
Try for some three-point plays. I mean, 3 is better than 2. Simple math tells you that.
Yes.
And I don't think we've seen a single, and I mean not a single, three-point shot from the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, the Cardinals have had a decent amount, and they've landed a decent amount. We've heard you say the bank is open multiple times for the Cardinals, as well as some nice wide-open threes on this near side corner.
Right. And one thing to mention here, too, I mean, Riverside does not have a 6'5" player on the floor. We're also seeing Treynor not just rely on her every single time. I mean, they're subbing her in and out. She's playing about half a quarter just about every time. So it's not even like you can blame the height as an issue because Riverside kind of matches up height-wise of just a one player.
Yeah, and even when she was been out, it's been Tarks there. They still have been unsuccessful down there in the paint. But that's also all they've tried to do is be successful in the paint. So I think they've got to try to switch that up. But I will get to say, you know, not knowing much about Tarks coming into this game, I am surprised they don't give her the Audie Crooks, Bishop Garrigan kind of mindset. If you're familiar with women's basketball, Audie Crook's doing fantastic at Ames right now. Has really changed up the game she did in high school. Because a lot in high school, you'd see her, you'd be big defense underneath the hoop, is fantastic there, get boards, hand it off to her other players. But then on the offensive end, maybe sometimes she'd always be the first one down, or maybe she's under coverage and they just throw it up to her since she's taller than everyone else and stronger than everybody else, and she'd just be able to put up an easy board. But we really don't see that here from Tarks.
No, and one thing about, kind of you mentioned Audie Crooks a little bit there, she's kind of one of those just one dribble drive kind of players. Tarks has tried a couple times to just dribble out, and I don't know why, because she's got the height advantage, she's down low, they've looked at her at some good looks in this competition, and so far, I'm just still looking for her to kind of impress me on the floor.
She's hit shallow jumpers tonight. She hasn't even hit layups. It's been shallow jumpers, which is nice to see, from a tall center. You like to see a little diversity, but it's not diversity. It's only small jumpers. You'd think maybe you'd have a couple layups in there, or maybe even a deep jumper, But I guess not everybody has a bag as deep as Victor Wembanyama, so I mean it happens. But it's interesting to see, a big center, especially in high school, not attacking down low as close to the hoop as possible. She backs out a little bit from the pressure and takes jumpers.
Yeah, well, one player here for Treynor that has impressed me so far is Claire Stragi. I mean, she's been a pretty good three-point shooter so far here in this competition. Not only that, she's just been able to drive into the lane. I mean, she's only knocked in 1 3 here, 2 free throws, and another bucket to put her at 7 so far here in this competition. But I like the way she's driving to the hoop. She's taking the good mid-range shots. She's dishing out the ball when needed. I like her playing style so far here tonight.
Yeah, her playing style has kind of dictated how the Cardinals have taken possession so far. She'll either drive in and control it and force that Riverside defense in tight, which they've done quite a bit.
Right.
She'll then try to spread it to the outside, or she'll pull up or have another player take it down, and then she'll be open somewhere on the perimeter and be able to force the passes to go around. But she's kind of done it all here and kind of directed traffic on those offensive possessions.
We'll break down the stats, but after we take a quick break here. Stay tuned on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV for the KSOM Halftime Show. See you back here in a few moments.
With things winding down for the year, it's time to stock up on genuine AGCO parts and service at Ziegler Ag Equipment. Get OEM, rigorously tested, genuine AGCO parts made with superior quality materials in stock whenever you need them. Don't delay. Get your machines serviced now and hit the ground running in 2024. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag Equipment today to learn more.
For farm supplies, see Brumley Supplies in Carson. General Farm Supplies, nuts and bolts, just about everything you need to get whatever is broke on your farm fixed. Need a new hydraulic hose belt? Brumley Supply can do that for you. Maybe you just need a couple of adapters or fittings. They can handle that too. Conveniently located just outside of Carson. Give them a call at 402-680-5471. For all your farm supply needs, Brumley Supplies in Carson.
For over 60 years, the family-owned Mertz Welding has been providing quality welding and fabrication in Carson. They specialize in rebuilding and remanufacturing everything from light or heavy equipment. With their variety of machines and welders, there isn't a job Mertz Welding can't handle. For more information, stop into their shop on the west end of Carson or give them a call at 712-484-3821. Mertz Welding is a proud sponsor of Riverside Athletics.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back in here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West, and we're in the loudest gym of my life as we're back here on our KSOM pregame show. Let's take a look at some of the stats here tonight, as currently, if you're just joining us here, Treynor is leading over Riverside in girls basketball action 29-12 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Leading here so far for the Cardinals is number 1, Claire Stragi with 7 points on the night. Right behind her is Alexis Schwartz with 6. With 5 is Nora Cones. Knocking down 3 points here tonight is both Allie Hauser and Hannah Swanson. I believe both of those are on bank 3-point shots, so none of them yet have we seen a swish. We saw one from Nora Cones earlier, and finishing things off here as the scoring leaders is Ella Tarks with just 2 points here for Treynor. On the opposite side, with half of the points in the Seed Pro scoreboard, it's number 14, Sydney Summers, as she's got 6 so far here for the Bulldogs. Number 0, Ellie Henderson with 2, alongside Madison Kelly and Adeline Martins, as all of them have 2 points here tonight. And I know you mentioned you wanted to see a 3-point shot here from Riverside. You wanted to see the 3-ball game kind of play into a factor. It hasn't so far. What would you like to see Riverside do different defensively?
Defensively, I think they've been condensed a lot more here so far. So, I mean, when they're on defense, they've been able to drive and just kind of, they get condensed by Treynor right there within the paint. I think about all 5 of them almost end up there, it seems like. And it just leaves so many spots open there on the perimeter. And so that's kind of one of the things I'd like to see, get fixed a little bit. But we'll have to watch for your favorite player, Claire Schrage here tonight, as she did take a basketball to the side of the head here in halftime warm-ups from her own teammate. Went to pass it out and just bonked her right in the temple. Wore it like it was nothing. Put up a shot right after, too. Anyways, just wore it, hesitated, put the shot up, still made it. But something to watch for him maybe as this continues. Maybe he'll throw off her depth perception. We don't know.
She's fine. She's a strong kid.
Yeah.
She'll be just fine. Riverside now going from right to left. Treynor from left to right. Riverside starting off with the basketball here. Schnack continuing on the outside of the perimeter. Kicks in the far corner to Madison Kelly from downtown. That's just off the mark, just short. Finally get your 3-ball. This one pulled in by Kelly, up and in. Whistle was blown on the other side. Madison Kelly's like, I didn't even think I did anything. Looked back at the official. The official went, nope, you're good. Keep going down the floor. It's a problem with playing with just a curtain. It doesn't isolate the sound on the other side. Confuses announcers, confuses players, but heck of a facility here at Riverside High School. Kick out, this one from downtown to the far side by Lewis is no good, just short. Board able to be hauled in by Kelly, but a jump ball is going to be called as 2 players dove on in there.
Not even dove on in. Madison Kelly was just kind of standing there getting ready to turn, and here comes Schrage come in and take a grab at it, and that was the most nonchalant jump ball I've ever seen.
Inside look to Tark. She gets blocked away as this one's kicked out to Schrage. This one on the near wing from downtown. Rolls around, no good. Offensive board put back by Schwartz, no good. Schwartz gets her own board once again and puts that one up. 30-second timeout is going to be taken here by Treynor. We'll actually just stick with you here since we just kind of jump back in here after our halftime show. And, well, so far, Riverside went for the 3-point bucket. Didn't go in their favor, but on the opposite end, still haven't been able to stop anything on the Cardinals side defensively, especially getting those defensive rebounds. That's a big key.
Yeah, I mean, Riverside's been getting boxed out by Treynor here underneath their own hoop for the offensive board. So it was interesting. You saw basically Riverside trying to block shots over either a Cardinal boxing out them or the player that actually got the rebound and trying to put the shot back up, and they're trying to reach up over the back.
You never know what you're going to get, do you? I mean, sometimes you're going to get a little bit of an aggressive play defensively. Sometimes you're going to get a little hands-off, lackadaisical, but haven't seen that here as Riverside advances the ball quickly. Goes to Summers, gets blocked away down low by Tarks. Maybe the office higher and lower should have done Tarks blocks here tonight. Kick down low to Lewis is no good. Tries with a reversal underneath the basket. Short's able to continue the basketball, the offensive possession. Gets it to Schrage in between the circles. Schrage the handoff to Cones. Cones with the kick on the far side of Schwartz. Schwartz on the left wing. Looks to have the key to Lewis. Lewis rolls on out to the right. Looks down low for Tarks. Tarks spin move. That one's just off the mark. And a board hauled in by Adeline Martins. Kicks it to Ellie Henderson as she crosses the timeline. Now top of the key as she looks to the right side. Now goes back left. Tries making a handoff. Schrage getting a hand in there. A little bit of an offensive possession here, and it's going to be a takeaway for Ellie Henderson. Just kind of got her whole body out in front and was able to stop that basketball. Hey, I mean, whatever works sometimes, right, Austin?
Hey, if it works, it works. You can't complain. You'll look at it in the film room and say, hey, this doesn't normally work. We're going to look at it again.
Right. It doesn't normally work, but in this case, it did work as Riverside. That one didn't work for them as they missed the offensive shot. Kick down low to Schwartz. Kicks up top of the key for Lewis. Lewis tries driving in a lane with a hard pass to Cones. Tries the mid-range jumpers. That falls through on the short corner near side. 5:22 left to go here in the third. 33-14 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Not the close game we thought it would be, but Riverside picking up a little bit of momentum here. Outside controlled by Kelly. Tries looking inside, can't find an open player.
Problem is Kelly's never taken a three-point shot either, and they're leaving her open. They know it.
Henderson tries the shot, misses that attempt, gets her own board up and in. And you mentioned Kelly, not much of a three-point shooter, just 0 of 1 coming in here tonight. So, I mean, I'd leave her open all day. Just tell her, hey, why not? Just try it. You've only tried it once. Kick down low to Tark, spin move, up and in, makes that one look easy. But down low, Riverside just doesn't have the height to match up against her. If I'm Treynor, that's kind of the play that I'm going to rely on to just kind of pull out an even a bigger lead. Riverside tries the 2-point deep shot as that one falls through for number 14, Sydney Summers.
So a difference of 1 foot here in this offense for Riverside. They'll take those deep jumpers inside the arc, but as soon as they step outside, it's a big no-no.
It's like you're going to a different planet. You're not allowed to go there. You can't go there. Tarks tries kicking it on the far side of Lewis. Stays in bounds. Nice like little toe touch there. Almost a wide receiver move as foul's going to be called on the floor. It's going to be on Riverside. That was Lewis if you're looking for the toe touch.
Or, you know, a fullback move, i.e. Kyle Juszczyk in a certain NFC championship game on a certain fourth quarter comeback, to say the least.
Oh, I wonder what game you're talking about. Certainly, I wouldn't know. Shot goes deep here for Treynor. Misses that one off the mark. Tarks gets the board, hauls that one up, and that's no good. And once again, as Richardson was all in the board. You're laughing over here because you know exactly what you're talking about.
Of course, the highlights made its way around social media. People have seen that clip by now.
They
certain
did.
Rollout from a certain Iowa State quarterback on the run hits a fullback on the edge of the sideline for a first down.
Riverside not getting a first down because we are in basketball mood.
True.
As they get a turnover there with a travel call. Was a good game, though. Give you that.
Fantastic game.
Treynor back with the basketball. 3:33 left to go in the third. Kick on the outside. This one contained by Schwartz. Tries the short corner jumper. Looks like it's maybe a touch away there by Sydney Summers. And a foul is going to be called as we saw Bailey Richardson for Riverside fall to the floor. It's going to be called the number 1, Claire Schrage. Her second, team's first here in the third quarter.
It was called on number 5. They had it wrong. Official gave the wrong number.
That's what I thought, but
it was Schwartz, and you can see Schwartz laughing about it as she was standing there doing nothing and got ran into, and then the foul call on her.
Well, regardless, you never know what's going to happen, so we'll make sure to circle that so she doesn't have a foul on the board. And a missed shot here for Riverside. Not able to take that one down to the lane. I actually like the attempt, but just a little bit too strong. Alexa Schwartz on the near side, rings it around to Claire Schrage. Stops, kicks out here to Schwartz. She takes the mid-range jumpers. That one rolls around through. 10 points here for Schwartz tonight. Played a heck of a game so far for the Cardinals. And a foul is going to be called here on the Cardinals after a drive-in by Schneck. That one is going to be on Claire Schrage.
I missed where the foul was at there on that one. Was that mid-drive or?
It's about. She was almost like trying to drive in and got stopped, halted up a little bit by Schrage. I think they called just a blocking foul. He never actually made a signal to what it was. Just head coach Mitch Rice almost gets hit on the sideline with the basketball.
Quick reflexes, saves it a little bit.
Yeah.
Couldn't catch it, but avoided his face. That's the big thing.
He turned the body. Good timing on his part. He's kind of just paying attention to the positioning of his girls up high rather than down low where the basketball was flowing as Richardson floated that one up there. Offensive board hauled in by Perkins. Kick out to Richardson once again as she rolls around the perimeter. Gets a screen, looks down low, and a turnover. Hauled in here by Alexa Schwartz as the basketball goes down to the floor. A couple of players going down to the floor, including Casey Perkins and Jaden Huseman. Possession arrow going Riverside's way, so they'll still have the basketball here. 2:41 left to go in the third. 37-18 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. As a couple subs will exchange hands here. We'll see number 15, Kenner Eblin, check in for Treynor. Is just averaging about 2 points a game, so give her some playing time out of the hardwood. Kick into Richardson, looks in the far corner to Perkins. Perkins rolls around to Richardson, takes the deep three, knocks it down. First points of the night for Bailey Richardson, come on a 3-ball. 37-21 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. It's still anybody's game. Just never know what's going to happen down the line. If Riverside can get a little bit hot here, they get the hot hand, this game might go in their favor. We'll see what happens down the line as Treynor still has a little bit of the high hand defensively and offensively. Kick out top of the key. This one from downtown from Shorts is no good on the 3-ball. Touched around for a second, goes out of bounds. It's going to be last off the hands of Kenner Eblin of Treynor.
Again, this game feels a lot farther apart, but again, it's only 16 points. I shouldn't say only, but right. 16 points is not what this game has felt like.
Right, but it is just a 16-point game as we see number 11, Sophia Fenner, check back in here, but it's not a big deficit, really, when you look down the line. I mean, it's still anybody's game. If it's a, 26-point deficit, might be talking a little bit differently, but it's not. Amdor tries driving. That one's off the mark. Touch the side of the backboard as she comes crashing down to the floor. No foul called. Kick on out to Richardson. Looks out of the key to Fenner. Fenner rolls on out to the right. Tries driving. Ball's going to be kicked away. It's going to be last touch by a Cardinal. 14 seconds still remain on the shot clock. As Riverside will bring in number 20, Madison Kelly. And checking back in here for Treynor's number 3, Nora Cones. Riverside inbound. Look up high, almost a takeaway, and it is a takeaway. Hughesman able to haul that one and gets double teamed. Nice bounce pass to get out of it to Eblin as we picked up by Cones. Cones looks in the near corner, wide open 3 for Swanson. Splash, knocks that one down in the near corner. 40-21 down the Seed Pro scoreboard. All of Swanson 6 points, 2 threes. Turnover once again here. Cardinals able to pick it up. Swanson looks to Lewis, drives in, throws that one up there, and somehow falls through in her favor. And as much as we've called Lewis's name here tonight, that's her first points of the night. Falling down the floor, here is Hughesman, and she's able to pick up the basketball. Good defensive effort by her. Looks down to Eblin, tries right-hand layup, and one. That's a way to make a mark in the game. And she goes to the charity stripe, shooting 5 of 5 this season. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, you could have called that foul 3 steps before that as you saw the forearm leaning in there as they were driving down into the paint. So that one you can see all the way up here. You can see easily at home as well. If you're watching anyways on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by NationNet.
If you're in your car and you're watching, then you're doing it wrong.
Well, unless you're parked safely somewhere. Then we'll give you a break. But if you're listening on the radio, well, watching, and you're driving somewhere, please don't.
Please don't. Turn us off, or you can keep us in the seat. Just put your phone down. We'll take the view. Pass goes out of bounds here for Treynor. 51.8 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And Treynor, I mean, just the last minute 30 has just been all Cardinal basketball.
Yeah, and Riverside makes a good call. They pulled Bailey Richardson out. They've all been turnovers off Richardson bringing it up the court.
And almost another turnover here, however, picked on up by Riverside. Snack with the basketball, getting some pressure by Lewis. And a timeout is going to be taken here by Riverside. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 45-21 the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads. We'll see you back in 30.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Currently 45-21 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads in this competition in a backcourt violation immediately after the inbound. Addison Kelly just no court awareness at all there.
Yeah, she jumped, caught it before half court, and then took another bounce with it and went over. And so, again, like you said, just was not aware of where she was at and kind of was chuckling to herself a little bit like, wow, how could I have done that?
Treynor with a deep shot by Swanson off the mark, and it's a board here for Riverside. Shot clock is going to be turned off here. 20 seconds remain in the third quarter. Driving down low is Henderson, throws that one up real high, and it's going to be a board by Evelyn. She gets a hand in there, but the board won't count. Rather, it'll be a jump ball going to Treynor's way. 14.8 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
The decisions to drive into the paint on Tarks and then not pass it back out are bold ones. They're bold decisions, Cotton, and I don't think they've paid off.
This one paying off for Nora Cones, however, as she just gets the basketball in her own hands, finds the open lane, and you're not joking, this time will expire here. Riverside unaware of how much time was left as we'll head to the fourth. 47-21 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads. See you back here in just 30 seconds.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
We welcome you back here to Riverside High School, but we'll pause for 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM.
Playing your kind of country. 96.5 KSOM, Audubon, Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan.
And remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Principal Financial Group, Mark Smith and Aaron Friend, and Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Currently 47-21 on the C-Pro scoreboard. And, man, Treynor just looked really good there those last 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, they both looked really good, or either Riverside looked really not so hot there. I can't decide which one I want to go with.
I'm going with the defensive effort here. There's another block down low by Tarks. Gets Andor off her feet. Tries the mid-range shot. She misses that one too. Try with a board down low, and finally winning the battle is Schwartz. Looks down the floor to Lewis. Lewis tries with a shot. Nice jump step up and in by Lewis. Had two defenders on her. Juked one out. Jump stop with the other one and let her fly past, and well, just took the easy jumper. Basketball goes down low, out of bounds. That's going to be touched by Alexa Schwartz on the far side of the floor. And like we said, it was practically anybody's game, but with a 49-21 lead here for Treynor, it doesn't look like it's just about anybody's game anymore here, Austin.
Yeah, we talked about it. We were like, oh, yeah, 16-point game. That's anybody's game. Once you get to 26, maybe not so much.
Right.
We're now at 28. So looking more in Treynor's favor, especially as we're almost a minute into the fourth quarter.
So we'll see what happens on the line, but Riverside's still going to battle here. Alexa Schwartz being called for a shooting foul as Ellie Henderson will add to the charity stripe here. That'll be her second, the team's first of the fourth quarter. Henderson this season 23 of 43, and well, now make that 23 of 44. Currently with 4 points here on the night. 7:14 left to go here in the fourth. Takes her time at the charity stripe. Second one also off the mark. But a rebound coming, it looks like for Kelly, but it just touches out of bounds. Just wasn't able to get two hands on it, just kind of slid out.
Yeah, just kind of went to hit it with her hand to bring it in, and just was too far back towards her and just spun that ball and sent it out of bounds.
Treynor back with the basketball here. Number 5, Alexa Schwartz at the top of the key. Tries to get inside here, looks at Tarks. Tarks doesn't use the backboard as Amdor is able to haul in that basketball for Riverside.
Again, the Tarks kind of looks like a more jump shot because, again, she doesn't use the boards.
No, she just likes a lot of the mid-range shots, which honestly for her size
is odd.
Is the craziest thing, I got to say the least, at the level.
That's where they get you. You think she's going to go for layups and she stops short for jumpers, but doesn't use the backboard.
You act like you're like in a movie. That's where they're going to get you. They're going to get you there. They're going to bring you down. But, hey, I mean, whatever works down the line is Henderson down the line has not been able to knock in these free throws. Now just 0 of 3 here. Tarks will check out alongside Nora Combs. Bring in number 12, Allie Hauser, alongside number 40, Jaden Huseman. Henderson finally knocks one in there.
First points in almost 5 minutes plus for Riverside.
Yes, sir. 49-22 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Hand off to Schwartz as a foul is going to be called down low. Both officials agree on the baseline and the near sideline official. Looks like it's going to be a number 11, Sophia Fenner. It will. It'll be her second. And the team's first here, the fourth quarter. As we see Alexa Schwartz head to the charity stripe. Knocks in the first. And she was just 49% coming in here tonight. She's looked pretty good from the charity stripe so far. Knocks in the second. Mark my words, Austin West. I was right about that for once.
Here we go.
51-22 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. High post. It's going to be a high corner here of Madison Kelly. Looks on over to Schnack. Gets a screen. Rolls on out. And trying to look down low for Amdor, but Amdor not able to jump that high. Saw her jumping skills in volleyball, so she can jump. And did jump there. We've seen that she probably jump about as high as I can. And I'm actually a pretty decent jumper.
Did you say that just so you can brag on the broadcast about how high you can jump?
I did.
Okay.
Are you proud of me?
No.
Okay, well.
I prefer movie references to egregious ego boosting.
It's not ego boosting. It's, I mean, if I'm comparing myself to Amdor, I would say she beat me in volleyball any day.
Well, it's good to hear. Bring yourself down to earth a little bit.
I'm down to earth. I'll beat you in basketball. You'll kill me in wrestling. And then we'll have a one-on-one pitching contest.
Yeah, the guy with the bum shoulder pitching contest.
Why not? Riverside down low. Foul's going to be drawn. It's going to be called on Treynor. Looks like it's going to be number 40, Jada Huseman. Her first and the team's third. All right, how about this? We'll just do accuracy. We won't even do power. We'll just do accuracy. How accurate are you?
Trying to think of the last time I threw a baseball.
All right, well, it might not be that then. Inside look here for Martins. She gets fouled in the attempt, and she'll go to the charity stripe for a pair. Lots of fouls called here. Riverside kind of learning the name of the game, but maybe a little bit too late here in this competition.
Yeah, this is the most fouls we've seen from Treynor since the first quarter.
Hauser being called for the foul, her second, team fourth already. 5:39 still left to go here in the fourth, as Martins is able to knock down the first. Put up her first point here in the second half, had 2 at the half. Martins looking for the second. That one just doesn't fall through. Rebound hauled in by Swanson. He's sent out to Schrage. Schrage the kick on the near side of Eblin. Eblin trying to get to Schrage. He almost loses control. Does lose control. She falls out of the floor, but a timeout is going to be taken by Treynor. And they're going to take a full timeout because I believe that's all they've got left. So full timeout there. We'll be back in just 30 seconds. 51-23 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back in here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Remember that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Ziegler, with top-notch agriculture and construction equipment in Atlantic, and Iowa Western Community College in Atlantic. BU at Iowa Western. Austin, it's really looked like it's going to be all Treynor for the rest of the night here for at least the girls game, but we do have a boys doubleheader coming up after this competition, and that'll be a heck of a game, I feel like, there. I mean, just kind of looking into that game, the last time they matched up, it was a Treynor 74-62 win, but you look at this game, it was a Treynor 48-42 win here last time they played, and that was back in December. Takeaway for Henderson. She tries driving. That one gets touched away, but it's going to be called a foul on Eblin. That'll knock her first foul here and the team's fifth. As we'll see Henderson now head of the charity stripe. 5 minutes, 12 seconds left, and 5 fouls already here for the Cardinals.
And again, it's so interesting to see the Bulldogs just drive in as much as possible, even when they're being double teamed, and still continue to decide, I'm going up at this hoop.
Right. It's interesting. Sometimes you're going to get different looks, and I feel like the looks are a little bit more open here for Riverside, as that one doesn't fall through as well for Henderson. So 51-23 in the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor still leads in this competition. Hauser the kick to Eblin on the right wing. Wrapped on up by Henderson here, Riverside alongside Eblin. It's going to be a jump ball call. Treynor with the possession arrow in their favor. Casey Perkins checks in for Riverside. And inbounding on the nearer sidelines is Claire Schrage. Under 5 left to go. Zane's at the left wing of Hauser. Looks on it over to the right wing of Swanson. Swanson kicks cross court, goes to Eblin. Eblin now goes, rolls out top of the key, kicks to the Schrage. Schrage goes to the high post, near side. Kicks on out here to Swanson. Swanson now goes cross court, finds Hauser. Looks deep on the left wing. Shot clock is going to expire. Eblin not able to get that one off in time, but really got the basketball and pretty much was tasked with getting the shot off the mark part, but well, in that case it was a catch and shoot with about a second. Riverside back with the basketball. Perkins crosses the timeline on the near side. Front court left side, tries to pass across the court as that goes out of bounds. Just little control mistakes here also a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was going to say passing has been a huge thing so far tonight for Riverside. That's kind of been one of their biggest issues here on offense, whether it's been Cardinals in the lane and they still try to force passes or just bad passes in general, even on open girls.
Throw up there by Treynor. It's a foul call on Riverside. Nice driving attempt there by Hannah Swanson. Foul's going to be called on Adeline Martins. That'll be her first for the Bulldogs, and the team's second. First one is off the mark at the charity stripe. So far this season, Swanson came into this game 0 of 1 from the free throw mark, now 0 of 2. Looks for the second, and that one makes it 0 and 3. Casey Perkins able to haul on that rebound for Riverside. Looks to hand it off. Amdor would have probably been the player to do it, but she just passed right by her. Now kicks to Amdor on the left wing. Amdor drives, kicks on out to the far side of Schnack. Now looks on the near side of Martins. Makes a handoff in the near corner to Perkins. Tries with an interior pass. It's a takeaway here by Huseman. Treynor looks down low, down the court. Hauser tries in the tap. That's just off the mark. Like the look, though. Paused, took her time, then threw it up there. Like the look, but don't like the execution, to say the least. Andor the basketball on the far side in the short corner. Tries looking this one inside, and a foul's going to be called as Adeline Martins transitioned in there. Good kick by Amdor to Martins, though. Just kind of looked, realized she's driving down the lane, got it to her, but she got to her maybe a second early. She would have been able to get it maybe on second off the mark and look for a better shot selection. Foul's going to be called on number 15, Kenner Eblin. Brings up her second as the first one's marked on in by Adeline Martins. It's always fun when you don't have a table and you're trying to write down stats, and sometimes you don't even realize what you're doing down the line as that one split at the charity stripe. Still 3:22 left to go here in the fourth. Treynor with a kick on the outside. Swanson in the far corner. That one's going to be touch slash out of bounds. Behind the back as Eblin does that one about the bounds as Summers just kind of standing there trying to get the basketball. Wasn't much of a foul one, though. It was just kind of a little reach around touch out. Richardson checks in here for Riverside. Contains in the left wing. Tries looking inside. Now tries kicking out and picked up by Adeline Martins. Dishes off to Amdor. She whips that one up there, and that's off the mark. Jump ball is going to be called. Nice job by Casey Perkins, realizing that Eblin had no idea where Perkins was. Just kind of reached in there, kind of snagged it up a little bit. Treynor still the big lead, 51-24 on the Seed Pro scoreboard here in the fourth. High pass goes to Martins. Kick out to Andor. Andor transitions in, throws this one up high off the glass. Knocks in her first points here tonight. And a player down on the floor for a second there. Treynor trying to drive in once again, and a pull on out of here by Summers. She'll try to take the basketball down the floor. Lost control of it as it went out of bounds. Excuse me, that wasn't Summers, it was Martins. When you look up, they kind of look like the same player. Well, I apologize for that from at least the backside, unless you're looking at the jersey number. Driving in here, it kicks out, it is Andor. Rolls on around, whips this one on up, that's no good. Hemmingson able to haul on the board for Treynor. There's about 2:15 left to go. Pump fake, and they're going to call it travel. So when he took those two initial steps, that's when they're going to call it, all right, you've got possession now you can't move. And well, when you move like that, you're definitely going to get it called every time. As we'll see Hannah Swanson check out here for Treynor. Haley Wagner, number 32 for the Cardinals, checks in. 5'7" junior forward. Riverside back with the basketball as Richardson loses it almost for a second. Goes in the far corner. Now at the baseline, kick out, three-point attempt by Martins is just off the mark. Hemmingson able to haul in a rebound. And you're saying it's actually, the foot was on the line a little bit there, Austin.
She was fully inside the line.
Oh, okay.
That's how close it was, though, but her heel's almost touching that line.
And ball's going to be touched out of bounds. Last on Riverside with 1:43 left to go.
So yeah, even a deep shot, and it's still not a three-pointer.
Honestly, I couldn't see the foot positioning over there from the defender and the angle I was looking at. Thought it was just a deep shot in itself. Would have marked as a three. Then you look at the official, and then they would put it down two, so then you would know. But, hey, regardless, we're back in action. Treynor able to pick up the basketball. Looks on over here to Eblin. She goes from downtown. That one's off the mark as that goes just out of bounds with 1:35 left to go here in the fourth. Now you can definitely tell here tonight why this Treynor team is ranked number 15 here in the state of Iowa. Very good team. Driving down the line, Treynor still with the basketball. 51-28 after the score by Adeline Martins. Kick out goes top of the key for Candace Quick. Looks on the outside. Three-point attempt is off the mark. Board hauled in by Martins. Martins comes down the far side of the sidelines with speed, but she is going to travel. She lost her footing up a little bit there with under a minute left to go.
Don't be too upset about that. You know, Martins, in the NBA, that does not get called. So, I mean, just think about that. If you're in any other league, that's not getting called. But you're at the high school level, so it's going to get called.
Well, that might be why I watch high school and college basketball versus the NBA.
No 70 burgers around here, that's for sure.
Thank God for that. Under 45 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs with the basketball. Reed looks to the far side of Martins. Martins looks on over to Richardson. Back to Martins at the right wing. Kicks on back to Richardson. This one from downtown, just off the mark as it touched the front of the rim. It's last going to be touched out of bounds by Eblin. Thought maybe Riley Zimmerman had a touch on it, but with it being this late in the game, Really, the possessions aren't going to matter too much here. Just 28.7 seconds left. Kick goes in. It's going to be hauled in by Treynor. Shot clock is turned off, so the Cardinals can just pass this one around the perimeter and just expire time. Hemmington to Eblin. Eblin here back to Hemmington. Hemmington kicks on the far side of the floor to Quick. Quick rolls this one around now by Eblin. Eblin spins. Kicks on out here to Wagner. Wagner takes the last second three. And they're going to count it. All right. Her only score of the game there. Final score 54-28. As Treynor able to pull out a big win here over Riverside. Definitely the exact opposite kind of game that we thought we would see here tonight, Austin.
Yeah, we really thought this would be a close one, and boy, the Cardinals loving that final shot. I mean, if you're Riverside, you're thinking, man, that was kind of disrespectful, but it's only disrespectful because it went in. And again, you're looking at second, third stringers here for Treynor, and with the celebration from the Cardinals, you know that's not a girl that gets much time, so very differing in opinions on that last second shot. Again, I can't believe that thing fell.
I can't believe it fell either. And what's kind of one thing that you take out of this game here tonight, especially moving forward for Riverside? I mean, not too many games remaining here for this Bulldogs team, and they were on a 2-game winning streak, beating a pretty good East Mills team as well as an ICAM Manning team just last night.
I'll take this, the easiest one, I think, for here. The fact that I can count on one hand the three-point attempts for an entire team that was down by 10 at least for 75% of a game is egregious. That's awful, to say the least.
Right.
I don't know how you allow that to happen, but it did here for the Bulldogs. So I think you either work on the three ball or implement it into your offense. The best analogy I can put for that, that's the Iowa Hawkeyes offense for football right there. No passing, just run the ball, and that's all Riverside really did. Drive down into the paint, go for the two, and no three balls or deep plays or, you know, high scoring attempt shots. It was just all conservative, really. When you're down by double digits, again, at least 75% of this game.
And, I mean, honestly, we got to take a look down at the stats here because, well, we've got another boys game coming up right here after this one. Of course, a doubleheader tonight as the Treynor Cardinals on the boys' side are also ranked here in the state. They're ranked number 8 overall here. Riverside is unranked. This is a big matchup and are kind of a rematch from earlier this season. We'll kind of see if this one favors a little bit better and see if this Riverside offense gets going. But before we kind of get into that pregame show, we'll kind of focus on this girls' game, break down some of the stats. We'll start off with the winners here tonight, the number 15 state-ranked Treynor Cardinals. They were led on the night with 12 points by number 5, Alexa Schwartz. Just had a heck of a game. Shot the three well. Just went to the charity stripe quite often. And honestly, I like the way she played. She dished it out when needed. She drove to the basket when she had to. They relied on her at the free throw line. She succeeded in that mark. Can't ask for any kind of better player than her here tonight. Nora Cohn just right behind her with 9 points. Marking 7 on the night was Claire Schrage. Right behind Schrage was Hannah Swanson with 6. And to mention here, Schrage did not score in the second half. All 7 points were from the first half as well. Looking down the line here as well, the marks, Ella Tarks just with 4 points here tonight. I would like to see her maybe in the future, just in the next remaining part of the season, just rely on the backboard a little bit here, and then she'll be a dominant player. Josie Lewis also knocked down 4 points. 3 players with 3 points of Allie Hauser, Josie Lewis, and Haley Wagner on the last second 3-point bucket. And finishing things off here in scoring was Jaden Huseman as she had 1. Moving to the opposite side here, we look on over to the Riverside Bulldogs as they were led in scoring on the night with 8 points by number 14, Sydney Summers, as she had 8. Looking down the line is number 23, Adeline Martins, as she also put down 6 points here tonight. With 5 points was number 0, Ellie Henderson. Number 20, Madison Kelly had 4. And Bailey Richardson finished the Bulldogs off on the night with 3 points up on the board. And of course, Austin, as always, we have to name our player of the game, which is brought to you by Service Master by Rice in Atlantic, serving Southwest Iowa with comprehensive restoration services for your home or business with great rates without the wait. Austin, we're not going to wait here. Who's going to be your player of the game here tonight?
I don't even know. It's hard to say because everybody on Treynor was just kind of evenly contributing, so I almost want to say whoever's in charge of defense on that coaching staff, that'd be my player of the game here. Like, whoever schemed that up and was their defensive coordinator here today, give them the player of the game.
I'm going to name the full player of the game here because I like one player here tonight. That's Alexis Shorts. I like how Schrage played, but just didn't able to perform much here in the second half. Didn't see as much court time in the second half either. So I'm going to name Alexis Shorts as our player of the game. Finishes 12 points here tonight for the Treynor Cardinals as they win 54-28. We're going to jump here into our boys pregame show now here as we welcome you back to Riverside High School. If you're just joining us there, I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West as it's going to be the 14-2 number 8 state-ranked Treynor Cardinals who are coached by Scott Rucker and the home team, the 8-8 Riverside Bulldogs, who are coached by Nick Crone in this competition here tonight in boys basketball action. The Bulldogs are still looking to get back on a winning track after dropping their last 2 games, as last night Riverside fell to ICAM Manning 65-53 in a close matchup, but they were out-rebounded, outshot, and clearly outscored in that last competition as they look to take on Treynor here tonight, a team that they have not beaten since December 4th, 2012. So it's been quite some time. Girls had never beaten Treynor up until this mark. Boys, it's been about 12 years since we've seen it. So it's been quite some time. Austin, how do you think the boys are going to favor out here tonight?
I mean, they played that close game earlier on in this season. Again, while they say, you know, they haven't beat them in 12 years. But, yeah, they're hanging close. And I know that's a big thing that, you know, you don't have that win. You haven't been able to get those wins. But hanging close with a ranked team like Treynor, that's a good sign for your team. And again, if you've already seen this team before, you've had stuff to improve on. We talked about this earlier today on KSOM for our higher lower show, kind of talking about like, well, we've seen these teams before. Now you know how to scheme them up a little bit better. That's why teams, when they get close to this end of the year, once you have those conference opponents, it's like, all right, we've seen them. We know what works. We know what doesn't work. Let's see how we can fix it. Obviously, we know they're going to try to change up their scheme as well. So let's try to be the best prepared as we can. I think the second game is always the better of the two.
And rather than jumping into our break, Austin, here, we're just going to jump into our Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show as I had the opportunity to talk with head coach Nick Crone just here today. Let's jump right in.
And we'll continue here on our KSOM pregame show. I'm Zach Collins as we jump into our Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show, brought to you by Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, your home for personalized sports apparel right in the heart of Atlantic. I'm joined alongside here by Riverside head boys basketball coach Nick Crone. Nick, how are you doing here today?
Oh, pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. So just break down a tough loss last night to ICAM Manning. Lost 65-53. Very close game. Just kind of break down what happened and kind of some of the successes in that competition yesterday.
Well, I really credit our guys' fight. I mean, we have a group of kids that no matter the score, they seem to never give up and make it a game. It was not looking so great in the first half. We've really struggled in the first half specifically. The last 3 games, our offense has been not great. You know, we talked about after Christmas really getting after on the defensive end, and we've done a pretty good job. You know, we've held teams to a little bit lower field goal percentage, kind of met some of our goals there, but it's kind of like our offensive field goal percentages have gone the other way. Trying to get a good offensive night with a defensive night is still kind of the goal. Even when we won some games earlier, it was probably more about good shooting, hot shooting, than it was maybe about the defensive end. So we got a couple weeks to figure that out, I guess. But yeah, last night we stuck with it, and you know, ICAM got hot. They specifically Ramsey, I believe he had 8 threes. So you know, we kind of lost him a couple times, and he got rolling. And then after that, I mean, we were contesting, and he had it going. So it seems like I think we pulled it to 3 or 4 there in the second half. I can't remember if it was third or fourth quarter. But it seems like every time there was kind of a response from him with kind of a dagger. So.
Right. I mean, you kind of mentioned the 3-point game kind of being on point. ICAM Manning shot 42% from beyond the arc, so kind of an impressive number for them there. But when a team's on a hot streak like that, how do you kind of look for maybe your boys to step up offensively or even put more defensive pressure on a team?
Well, you try to switch kind of your looks on defense, whether it's staying connected. I think that's probably where I was a little bit frustrated. I think we didn't stay connected to him as much. Even like at halftime, we talked about the help line. If you're away from the ball on the opposite side, to kind of get to that help line that splits the court.
Sure.
So I'm telling him, just get a foot in the lane. Don't go over that. Don't commit full to the help line. So that way you can close back on him. So I think we just let him get free. Is probably what I was frustrated a little bit with, and probably just narrowing the focus with kids is like, okay, this kid is really hurting us from the 3-point line. So, late on we switched. We tried to deny everything to kind of create turnovers. We switched everything, and then we got some guys that were switched up on him. Maybe that didn't close out as well. So when you get down like that, sometimes you try to create defensive pressure, but it does good at the point, but it kind of leaves driving angles and can get some guys free. So that was kind of the big emphasis for that. Offensively, I mean, Grady continues to see, double team, triple teams. Is a pretty aggressive box and one. The kind of box and one where they kind of hold you when you're 75 feet from the ball, and it takes a lot of energy and a lot of work to get off of that. I thought Grady kind of bounced back a little bit with a little better shooting last night on some of that. So, just trying to isolate some of our shooters in areas against like a box and one where we know they can get open. And we did do that. We got, I think we had 5 turnovers, and we got up 54 shots. We were 19 of 54. Against East Mills, we were 14 of 54. So we're getting shots. We're not making them at a very high clip right now.
Right. I mean, you kind of mentioned, pardon me, Grady getting a lot of pressure, especially being the leading scorer. I mean, 25 points a game, 26 points a game. I mean, that's huge. How do you kind of maybe even look to ease the pressure off of him a little bit? Is it setting up a specific play? Is it, trying to dish it out to a couple of other guys for them to rely on? Kind of what's the game plan there?
Well, the big things that we've seen are box and one, triangle and two. I'm calling it a layers type defense where every 5 foot he gets closer to the basket, he picks up another defender, basically.
Sure.
The biggest thing is we're trying to get some other shooters and trying to get him to recognize some other shooters as well and get them going. That's a part that we, consistency-wise, getting somebody else to shoot well, kind of when he's being double-triple teamed. I mean, there's times we also have a bunch of box and one stuff we installed probably in December that we tried to go to. We went too early, and we do okay with it sometimes with some of that stuff. Just kind of creating screens for him and kind of popping him open. So we've tried a lot of stuff. My goal is to hopefully get him 20, 22 shots, somewhere in that neighborhood, 25 shots a game. So I think he had 18 last night. I think he had 38 shot attempts a game before, but they are tough looks. I think sometimes every once in a while he'll pop open, and I think he's not used to it. So there's been a couple of times whether they mix up a play or like I know we ran just a simple kind of action with them last night to open the second half, and the guy got caught up in the screen and he was wide open. And, I think I've seen Grady shoot a wide open shot probably 4 or 5 times this year, so just kind of getting used to some of those things. So, trying to feed off others, just make basketball smart plays. And, if we're going to go deep, we're going to need more than Grady to score. We need everybody to pitch in and help with defense and rebounding. But, the scoring front too, like we went to East Mills and I think he had 28, and we had one to play with 5 and one with 5. So, last night when we played, we had, I think we had a 12 and a 10 and a couple threes, and Grady had 22. So I saw some stuff. I think we scored 32 in the second half. I saw a little bounce back offensively, but it's been kind of absent for a few games here. So could have something to do with legs as well. We're not a team that scores in the lane an awful lot. So it pushes us out a little bit when you got game after game, however many games and how many days we've had. I mean, everybody's kind of in the same boat, but I've seen other teams kind of not shoot so well from the outside. I mean, everybody but Ben Ramsey from IKM last night seems to struggle a little bit more with some shots, but that's something we have to play through and get a little bit tougher on.
Exactly. You kind of mentioned rebounding a little bit there. How do you kind of look to improve the rebounding game? IKM Manning out-rebounded you guys by a pretty big deficit. I believe it was like 35-21 just last night. So how do you kind of look to improve in that competition?
A big thing for us in our zone, when we can get Grady around the hoop, a big trouble we have is we need to get Grady close to the hoop so he has the most opportunities.
Right.
But we also need Grady to guard like Kusel last night. Kusel, he'll work downhill to the basket, but, a lot of his game's at 20 foot. When you're forced to go man and make sure you match up on people, Grady's at 20 foot looking to go downhill to get a rebound, whereas if we can sit in our zone he's probably always within 10 to 12 feet of the basket. So that makes a big difference. We keep stressing the rebounding. We haven't had much time to work on the skills. I mean, the skills to offensive rebounding and looking for it. If you watch on tape, a lot of players they'll kind of do what I'd call the back shove. It's kind of a lazy offensive rebounding position. You just try to kind of shove them and hope that the ball bounces over the guy's head. But putting some stuff up, working on just kind of body positioning and leverage, I don't think we're doing a very good job of. My thought process as a coach and a player is, if you're missing 40 shots a game or 35 shots a game, you should probably have a few more than 7 offensive rebounds,
right?
Or whatever the case may be. So we continue to stress that, and I mean we'll try to find players that are kind of willing to get a little bit dirty and go in there and kind of do that. But once again, the offensive rebounding, like shooting, sometimes that's a leg thing. You're 18 foot from the basket, like, I probably won't get it anyway, so people just don't attempt to go get that rebound. But when you're shooting poorly, that's something we really desperately need, actually.
And talk about tonight's game a little bit here. I mean, you've got a rematch coming against Treynor. You lost 74-62 earlier this season. It's a very good Treynor team on a little bit of a 2-game win streak here. How do you look to go at the Cardinals tonight?
I mean, they're always tough. They have really good athletes. They have some size when they need it. They have speed always. Last time they went to a 1-3-1. We had a lead kind of late on them. Things were looking pretty good for the old Bulldogs, and they kind of stymied us in that. I think just we have to be tough. I know one of the tactics that employed kind of by them was to just be super physical. If you foul, we got depth, we got speed. Hopefully they don't call it. And so there was a little bit of what I'd call we weren't tough enough to play through that. I think, officials, especially in the fourth quarter, are really letting teams play. That doesn't necessarily benefit us, but I've noticed that in the fourth quarters recently, they're letting players play, and I don't think we were quite ready for that, the poking and the grabbing and just kind of the tough body calls and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll show a little bit more resilience and toughness in that. I think we got really out of balance a lot last time we played them. So it's a testament to them switching it up and doing what they needed to do to get that W, because we were kind of in the driver's seat most of that game. So I mean, I'd imagine it'll be a little bit of the same tonight. They'll come out and they'll be physical. They got good shooters, good athletes. Just Treynor's always going to be a tough challenge for us. And I don't expect tonight to be any different. They can come at you a lot of different ways with, like I said, height and shooting and physicalness and really good athletes. And I that'll probably be my same answer every time we play them for the next decade. So yeah, that's what I anticipate tonight.
Well, Nick, thank you for joining me here on the Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show. Good luck in this competition tonight. Should be a fun one.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Zach.
And that was Riverside head boys basketball coach Nick Crone on our Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show. We're going to jump right back in here to our KSOM pregame show and give you the starting lineups in just a few moments.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And after a long coaches show, we welcome you back here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West as they're currently announcing the starting lineups. So, well, we might as well announce the starting lineups ourselves here. Might as well. Looking on the opposite end here for the visitors tonight for the Treynor Cardinals. They're coached by Scott Rucker, assisted by Jim Lovely, Thad Nelson, Ryan Stumbo, and Jake Flathers. They're led here tonight on the starting lineups. Number 1, Jace Tams, a 6-foot senior guard, averages 18.8 points per game this season. Number 3, Alec Lovely, a 5'11" sophomore guard. Number 4, Carson Elwood, the 6'3" senior guard. Number 14, Aaron Emke, the 6'2" senior guard. And number 20, Ethan Cones, a 6-foot senior guard, averages around 15.9 points per game. So 2 top scorers here for Treynor, 2 big weapons to look out for here tonight for this Cardinals squad. On the opposite end here for the Bulldogs, they're coached by Nick Crone, assisted by Mark Jepson. They're here tonight in the starting lineup. Number 00, Mason McCready, the 6'2" senior guard. Number 1, Garrett Hugh, the 6'2" senior forward. Number 2, Cole Jepson, the 5'10" freshman guard. Number 10, Dawson Henderson, the 5'10" sophomore guard. And number 10, Grady Jepson, the 6'3" senior guard. Averages 25.9 points per game this season. He's been a leading scorer in just about every single game in every single category. Phenomenal player on the floor as Riverside will start going off from left to right. Treynor from right to left. Riverside in their home white uniforms with blue trim and kind of a gold lettering to say the least, as Treynor's in their red uniforms with black trim and white lettering. Riverside winning the opening tip-off as we're underway. Jepson taking the mid-range jumper. That doesn't fall through. And a board hauled in by Alec Lovely. The Treynor will get the basketball in the hands for their first time here tonight. Almost a takeaway, and it is a takeaway here for Dawson Henderson. Goes to the near sidelines. He'll get fouled just about immediately here. So we'll get a foul already in here into this competition. Not even 30 seconds in. It'll be a number 3, Alec Lovely, his first, team first. Be on the floor, so Mason McCready, 00, will be taking this one inbounds. It's kind of interesting when you see 00 on the floor.
Yeah, it's a rare one. Usually you see the single zeros, but I had a buddy of mine, he loved wearing the 00s.
Really?
Back for Northland, so hey, and if you're a shooter, you can wear 00s. I think that's how it works.
I think that's how it works. Just a different one there. Deep range 3 is no good from the far side of the arc by Jepson. Board hauled in here for Treynor. Elwood with the basketball at the left wing, looks at Tams at the top of the key. Tams tries scanning the interior, can find anything, kicks out to Lovely at the right arc. Lovely the kick to Tams, left arc, deep 3 is off the mark. Those fadeaway threes, as you've probably known all season, not one of my favorites. If he jumped into that shot, would have had it all day long.
Yeah, it's interesting that it's not quite the defense that's really kept this score 0-0, because they've had nice open looks for both sides. They just haven't been able to knock them down.
Jepson with a kick out in the near corner. Rolls around, tries going top of the key to Henderson, but a foul is going to be called on number 20, Ethan Cones. His first, team's second. Like you said, still nothing on the C-Pro scoreboard. 6:37 left to go here in the first.
And I will mention the Treynor boys are rocking the script lettering on the jerseys. We talked about that for the girls' game.
I think you just like the script lettering.
I do.
So much.
I really do like script lettering. I think a lot of times it can look better than block lettering. But you can do block lettering a lot more wrong than you can do script wrong.
Fadeaway jumper by Jepson is no good. Tries the underhand shot, kind of a toss-up, and that's no good as well. Treynor with the board. Driving down, that is Lovely. Board, hauled in, up and in for Carson Elwood. Finally adding something onto that C-Pro scoreboard as we almost went 2 minutes into this game with no score.
This could be another low score. We saw it in the girls' game, pretty low scoring through most of that.
McCready kicks this one out to the far side of Hugh. Garrett here rolls around, kicks on out to Henderson on the near arc. Tries driving in, misses the attempt. Jepson kind of stringing this one up, and that's going to be knocked out and away. It's going to be last touch by Treynor. Far side official didn't have really a good look on it. It was his call, but at the same time, it could have been the baseline official from seeing it because it was pretty much in the paint.
Yeah, he had players right in his face on that far side trying to call that one.
McCready kicks into Jepson here for Riverside. Under 5:40 left to go in the first. McCready loses the basketball. Jepson loses the basketball. Lovely picks this one up. Kicks on out to Cones. Tries driving in with a transition, but a foul is going to be called on Riverside. I believe it's number 2, Cole Jepson, and it will be. Marks his first, team first of the competition. Was on the floor. 5:29 left to go in the first. Treynor to inbound. Kicks in to Carson Elwood. Rips it on around to Ethan Cones to the left wing. Transitions in, throws this one up. Gets his own board. Tries putting that one up as he gets fouled in the shot attempt. He'll go to the line for a pair.
You know, that one, I don't know. That one, he might have had a good angle, but from back here, it looked like it was right on top of the ball and just held it up. But maybe he got a little arm.
A little bit of forearm.
A little forearm in there?
Sometimes you're going to get that.
That's a tough one. He was off to the side and trying to reach over. You know, it's a tough angle.
Foul is on Hugh. That's his first, team second. First one is knocked in here for number 20, Ethan Cones. shooting 64.2% from the charity stripe this season. As Riverside will bring the substitution, number 23, Peyton Amdor, the freshman, checking in here. Young squad on both of these, the boys and girls for Riverside, so development takes a little bit of time for both of these teams, but both of them have a pretty successful season so far. As Cones is able to knock in the second. Riverside still not leading the Western Iowa Conference, but they've got one game above 500, 6-5 in the WIC. Shot from the far side, but McCrady's no good in the far corner. As Treynor's trying to take this one down with speed. Emke with a kick out here to Elwood. Elwood whips it on out to Cones in the far corner. Rolls around the iron, no good. Wow, the iron not favoring him there. Good look, too. Ball back in the hands of the Bulldogs. Grady Jepson tries kicking over to down low. Henderson with a kick on out now to Jepson. Jepson rolls this one around to McCready at the top of the key. McCready looks, transitions, whips on out here to the right wing to Jepson. Player fell down on the floor. Kick out here for Riverside is no good by Amdor. And a board hauled in by the Cardinals. Kick down the floor to Cones. Cones transitions to the baseline, looks inside. Emke throws this one up, and it's going to be a foul call on Riverside. We'll see Emke, who's just 50% from the charity stripe this season, head to the line. Foul's going to be on number 2, Cole Jepson. His second. Team's third already here. 4:17 left to go in the first.
Riverside's been getting looks. They've just been struggling to knock anything down. I mean, we had a guy sitting down here in the corner on that last possession wide open after a guy fell for Treynor, and he had to start clapping at his teammate who's less than 3 feet away from him to say, hey, there is no one around me. Get me the ball.
Right. Good look so far. Just not falling through as Emke gets both of those to fall through. 6-0 lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Reminding that tonight's scoreboard is always brought to you by the Seed Pros. By your side from the word go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. McCrady's shot was off the mark here for Riverside. Board hauled in. Jepson tries with a pass on the outside as this is going to be blocked away by Chase Tams. You can hear the Treynor bench. They're into it.
Yeah, I would be. Tams came flying out of nowhere on an open three-point shot and just sent that thing into the students section.
Heck of a shot, heck of a look. Inbound goes to Grady Jepson. Rolls on out to the short corner, drives in, finally puts some points on for the Riverside portion of the scoreboard.
We've got ourselves a game now, 6-2 with just under 4 left to go in the first quarter. My goodness, a barn burner here.
This will be a game to say the least. High post Athene, kick out to Tams. That's just off the mark from the top of the key. Board hauled in by Garrett Hugh.
The iron does not like the Treynor 3-ball today.
Excuse me, the rebound was by 00 Mason McCready. Jepson tries the mid-range jumper. That one falls through.
Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Once you see Grady Jepson start to go, you got to put a stop to him. We'll see if Treynor kind of has an answer for him here. So far, looks like they don't, but we'll kind of see if the defense picks up. Lovely rolls on out to the far side, hands it off to Cones. Cones tries looking down low to Tams, tries for the transition in, a nice pass. You can see Cones is just setting him up, knew he was running just a play, was going to drive in, have the screen up top of the high post on the near side and look to him.
For a second there, I thought he was going to hold it against the backboard for too long and just stick it against there and not even let him give himself a shot for a layup.
Foul's going to be called on the floor. It's going to be on Treynor. Looking to see what player it's going to be on. Still don't know who the player is going to be, but oh, there we go. It's back on the scoreboard. Corbin Thien is going to be called for his first, team third. So waiting for that because I can't see what the officials are doing pretty much at all at the scores tables. I just see their back most of the time when they're pointing on over. McCready from CB, that's Jepson from downtown. Next down the three. McCready with the pass on out to Jepson. Tams tries off her back, and that's a splash down on the opposite end.
Inject answer threes into my veins. This is what we need. Big three splash for Riverside. Treynor runs right down and lands their own.
2:13 left to go. Offensive foul is going to be called here on Riverside. It's going to be number 10, Grady Jepson. His first, team fourth. I don't even have to look to the scoreboard to make sure that's the right foul, because you can see that happen almost immediately.
And Jepson has all 7 of Riverside's points right now.
And you know, when I talked to Nick Cronin, I mean, you couldn't even heard it there in the coach's show. He kind of wants more balanced scoring. He wants Jepson to be that top scorer like he has been, but at the same time wants to see a couple other players offer up a couple double digits. As Tam's shot is off the mark from the top of the key. Lovely gets a pass, and that one knocks down the 3. Treynor likes to be downtown here tonight. They're not going inside the paint. McCready kicks on out top of the key to Fenner. Fenner rolls on out to the left to Jepson. Jepson takes a deep 3. That's off the mark. Probably not the most advised shot, especially with 17 seconds left on the shot clock.
And a man in your face as well. But, hey, if we get a 3-point shootout, I am not going to be one to complain about good or bad shots. I'll take a 3-point shootout and we never see a shot in the paint again for the rest of the night. I'll take it.
Really?
That'd be so fun. Are you kidding me?
Pass and a miscommunication between Alec Lovely and Corbin Thien. So you'd rather see lots of missed shots.
Well,
with 3
I'd like to
pointers.
see them made.
Okay.
I mean, it'd be rough to see a lot of missed shots regardless of what shots are being put up.
Right.
But I'll admit, you do need to have some jumpers in there probably just to pace some things out.
Jepson tries transitioning in and throws up the mid-wings jumper. And that was literally a throw, to say the least, as that one was nothing but net. All 9 points here for Riverside. Are by Jepson, 14-9 C-Pro scoreboard. Minute remains here in the first. Tams in the near arc. Kicks out to Cones from downtown. That's off the mark. Rebound on the offensive board. Kick to Elwood. Misses that attempt down low. Hugh trying to kick that one out. Picked that up by Cones. Cones transitions to the top of the key to Tams on the outside far corner. Elwood from downtown rolls around. No good. Offensive board again for Thien. That's up and in.
That was the most hectic possession I've ever seen.
Oh, I've seen worse, but that
Really?
surely was hectic. That's right. You weren't there the other day for the Griswold game when you were sick earlier in January. There was one possession, I think it exchanged hands 6 times.
My goodness. And I missed it.
You missed it. Ask Bill about it. He'll tell you about it sometime.
Darn allergies making me sick right as the temperature changes. And missed out on the chili dinner that night, the tailgate dinner for Griswold.
You did.
Missed out on 2 great basketball games. Did get a great nap, you know, to try to sleep off the sickness. Didn't quite work, but it helped.
At least it helped. Jepson mid-range jumper falls through from the free throw line. These 10-foot jumpers seem to be kind of Jepson's answer to get back into this game.
Looking like LeBron and the 2016 Cavs out here.
Just 5 seconds remain. Missed attempt here by Treynor. Picked on up a board by Riverside. And the final shot doesn't even get off in time, regardless if it was up. And that'll end the first quarter. 16-11 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads here heading into the second. We'll see you back in 30 seconds right here on KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtanet.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Brocker Carnes & Carnes, your trusted insurance since 1894. And Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors. If you're just joining us here, I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. 16-11 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor with the lead. And Austin, you just saw a fan in a 49ers jersey. I think that made your day.
It really did because, you know, it's a young kid. You thought maybe, all right, maybe this kid's new. He's just getting to Brock Purdy. No, this is a DeForest Buckner jersey. Buckner has not been on the team since before the Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl for San Francisco. So,
wow.
It's been a while since he's been on the team, so true lifelonger for him because it was a young kid. So really cool to see that.
Comes from downtown, knocks it down. Nothing but net.
Cool to see that, too.
What a shot. I mean, if you want the perfect definition of a three, you got it right there.
Yeah. This really is turning into the 2016, NBA championships. We've got the Golden State Warriors taking 3 shots like it's nothing from Treynor. And then Jepson's LeBron in 2016 Cavs right now, as Jepson has all 11 points for the Bulldogs.
Foul's going to be called here on Riverside, and that was by the farthest official from the play. Regardless, it's going to be on Henderson. His first and the team's first here of the second quarter. There's a turnover and a takeaway here as Treynor's with the basketball. Cones tries driving in. Near side block. Kicks out top of the key. Downtown shot for Lovely is no good. Garrett Hugh able to haul on that board as he dishes it off to Mason McCready. This is Grady Jepson. Jepson crosses the timeline. Double teamed in between the circles. Looks in the near corner. Here to Cole Jepson. Turnover here as Cole Jepson try to pass down low to Hugh. Takeaway for Tams. Continuing to drive. He's had about 4 players around him, and finally a foul is going to be called. Looks like that one's going to also be on number 5, Dawson Henderson as well. Bring up his second.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down the court here. And just kept driving. He was somehow keeping fingertips on the ball as he was losing it. He was tripping. He was still diving. He had 3-4 guys around him. Unbelievable job by him.
And see, if you're Riverside and you see that, you fall to the floor because the player's a little out of control. You're going to get an offensive foul call a lot of the time, but Cones tried another 3, splash, knocks it down. Holy cow.
There's got to be more 3-point shots so far than 2 for Treynor right now, right? It feels like it.
It feels like it, but on the C-Pro scoreboard at 22-11, doesn't look like it. McCready, short corner, that doesn't fall through on the shot. Tams able to haul on the board here for Treynor. Lovely looks down the floor to Emke, tries to lay in, that's no good. Elwood with the board, tries looking, spins inside, up and in. What an athletic play in the paint by Elwood.
I can't believe he didn't pass it back out to somebody. It was 3-4 on 1.
And the whistle was blown on the opposite end of the court. Treynor honestly thought that it was going to be a timeout call. So did Riverside, as saw the players halt up a little bit.
Yeah, everybody stopped. Treynor started celebrating and running over to the bench even. They were ready to go.
Riverside, on the other hand, was like, we didn't call a timeout. We're still in action. Top of the key, Cole Jepson drives in, tries an inside pass over to Rican as that one's a takeaway here for the Cardinals. Tams drives, ball gets taken away. It's going to be a jump ball call. Nice shot by Cole Jepson. He was a little bit upset for a second there because he thought he's going to be called for the foul. Nice shot by him just to snag his hands on that basketball, just get in there. What a play.
He went wizard looking into his crystal ball in that basketball. Just both hands right on top as he was trying. Tams was trying to pull it up and just says, I predict jump ball, and there it was.
Somehow, some way, got his hands in there perfectly. Jepson dishes this one out to Rican. Takes the mid-range jumper. That's no good. Jepson gets the board. Puts it back up and in. Even had it touched away for a second there, Austin. Looked like it possibly could have been a block, but he goes up so strong. There's nothing stopping that basketball from going in. Tams at the right wing. Bounces up high to the high post to Elwood. Looks down low to Cones as he puts that one up and in on the far block. Ethan Cones has been one heck of a player here tonight. And Austin, I'm surprised Riverside hasn't taken a timeout myself as he kind of signaled it on over to me.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's a big game and it's starting to get a little out of hand here. You think you'd want to take a little bit of a break, especially not quite halfway through this second quarter.
Jepson with another jump shot jumper as that one falls through for another 2 points on the night in the paint. 26-15 on the Seed Pro scoreboard, and minding you, Austin, Jepson's the only player who's still scored tonight.
Yeah, that's still what I'm looking at. I still am waiting for the number to go to somebody else, but then I'm like, nope, wait. It's not hit anybody else. It's just been Jepson.
And not Cole Jepson, Grady Jepson. Cole Jepson, the freshman here on this squad. Currently in action as Grady Jepson whips this one away. Informing number 23, Peyton Amdor, hey, you're supposed to cut in there, not cut out. Just another miscommunication right there by Riverside. This game's starting to get away a little bit. 4:20 left to go here in the second. 26-15, 11-point lead here for Treynor on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Emke on the far side, kicks to Tams on the near side, tries from downtown. That one's off the mark, but they're going to call a foul on Grady Jepson. And they're going to call it on the floor? How can you call it on the floor even during the shot? All right, now they're going to give him 3 shots at the line.
Now Coach Kroon wants to have a conversation about this.
And Coach Kroon, I mean, he's probably pretty upset about that one there, but who knows what's going to happen down the line. Tams makes the second. Riverside's going to check back in here with Garrett Hugh. Checks in for number 24, Kyler Reekin.
You know, it's really fun to look at this scoreboard here at Riverside. Even the guy checking in and the lineup that's already in, every single one of them, points on the board. And then you look over at Riverside. There are 5 numbers on there. Only one of them has points. And
Right.
it's 15, and it's the entire total for the team.
It's crazy to even imagine one player could have 15 points and be keeping his team in the game. 28-15 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. We'll see if the other Bulldogs step up here with Grady Jepson. Grady looks on over to Cole Jepson. Jump stop, mid-range jumper. Can't fall through. Good look. Just didn't fall through. Emke able on the board here for Treynor. Lovely bringing the basketball down the floor. Rolls on out to the left wing. Cross court over to Cones. Cones now goes to the high post with a kick on over to Thien. Thien on the near wing. Hands on over to Cones. Cones dishes this one off to Lovely. Left side. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Goes cross court to Thien. Tries this one for downtown. Nothing but net. Corbin Thien. This Treynor team, boy, can they shoot the 3. Came in here shooting 32% as a team from the 3-point marker. Dish to Garrett Hugh. He tries the 3. The bank is not open for him. He's drawn from the ATM. And down low, there's nothing in the ATM for Amdor. 31-15 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Elwood drives. He's going to be called for the and 1. Foul's going to be on 0-0. Mason McCready. That'll be his first. Team's 4th. Riverside also bring in Dawson Henderson, and Elwood will go to the line shooting 1. Finish off the 3-point play. As this game is crept away from Riverside as Elwood finishes off there. He's shooting 57% before that shot attempt at the line.
We've yet to see a timeout by either side. It's now a 19, quick math there, point game.
Yep.
Nothing is falling through on the Riverside side. I'm blaming the iron at this point, not even them, because this has just been some unlucky bounces.
Offensive board there, a touch away, and it's going to be called for a foul.
And it's 5-0 fouls in favor of Riverside. Well, not in favor.
Not in favor.
It's in favor of Treynor. But still, just an odd game.
Garrett Hugh calling for the foul, his second. Team's 5th. As at the charity stripe is Corbin Thien, shooting 64% from the free throw line this season. Doesn't knock in the first. 2:28 left to go. Just about making that It's almost like we just continuous action here in the second quarter. Just no stoppage for timeouts, no big stoppage of play. We'll see kind of what happens down the line here with 2:15 left to go in the second. Handoff goes to Jepson. Grady Jepson from downtown. Flops down to the floor. Three-pointer doesn't go through. Mason McCready getting the board. Kicks us to Cole Jepson. Tries handing it off as Alec Lovely's going to come down the floor, but he's going to be... Is he going to be called for the foul, or is it going to be Riverside called for the foul? As it looks like he's going to be shooting two. Full timeout finally taken. We're going to take it with him. 35-15 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. See you back here in just a few moments. Treynor leads.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 5. We're here 6 days a week for all of your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School in Oakland, Iowa. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Reminding you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Riggs Ag Services. Transform your planter with help from Riggs Ag Services in Lewis and Anita Supply Center. Your home enhancement store, we are here to help. 2:03 left to go here in the second quarter of action. As we're going to pause for 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM.
Playing your kind of country. 96.5 KSOM, Audubon, Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan.
And we welcome you back here as currently Treynor is at the charity stripe. As it was knocked in by number 3, Alec Lovely. Split the pair, went 1-1 as McCready finally offers up some points on the board other than the name of not Grady Jepson. Timeout definitely helped there as they are still down by 20. So have to climb back as Tams tries a deep three from the far corner. Foul's going to be called on the interior. That one's going to be on Treynor, and it's going to be number 10, Corbin Thien. His second, team's first here. Finally a foul called in the second quarter.
I think that's only their second of the game as well.
That would be actually their fourth of the game. They had 3 in the first quarter.
I really thought that first quarter was cleaner for them then, I guess.
I think it was cleaner down the line. It was a little bit in the beginning.
You're right.
Ticky-tack. But, hey, what can you do? Cole Jepson kicks out. Now Grady Jepson from downtown knocks it down to Mason McCready. And where's Mason McCready been here so far? Now he's waking up. 5 points for him on the opposite end. Foul's going to be called on the interior on Treynor. Looks like that's also going to be on number 10, Corbin Thien again. That already marked his third, Austin, so he's in a little bit of foul trouble here in the second quarter.
Scoreboard has him marked down for 4.
Well, that's interesting because, okay. Well, I guess we'll mark him down for 4. I did not have 4. But regardless, 37-20 on the Seed Pro scoreboard here in the second. Treynor's still in the lead. Henderson kicks on out to the far side. Now looks over to Cole Jepson. Tries in the short corner far side. Kicks this one out. Mason McCready off balance. 3-point shot doesn't fall through. Alec Lovely able to haul on the board. 30 seconds left to go. Driving in here is Tams as that was going to be last touched by Riverside. It will remain with the Cardinals with 27.4 seconds left to go. Shot clock and game clock are separated by 0.4 seconds. As we see number 20, Ethan Cones check in for the Cardinals. I'm still amazed he has 4 fouls. I only had 3 down the line for Thien. Hey, I'll take the scoreboard's word for it. Keeps electronically versus me just with a pen and paper. Game clock and shot clock will wind down here for Treynor. Lovely rips it on around to Jace Tams. Back to Lovely, top of the key. 5 seconds left to go. Kicks out Tams from downtown. Knocks it down for 3. And that is going to end things here in the first half of action. 40-20. Treynor leads here on the Seat Pro scoreboard as we head to halftime. Stay tuned right here on 96.5 KSOM as we'll break down the beginning of this competition, what happened between the first quarter and second quarter, and, well, what we can expect next coming into the second half. Don't go anywhere. Don't turn that dial. Jump right back here with us on 96.5 KSOM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV for the KSOM Halftime Show. See you back here in just a few minutes.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situation, and goals. Please contact Mark Smith or me at 243-2466.
Member SIPC.
With things winding down for the year, it's time to stock up on genuine AGCO parts and service at Ziegler Ag Equipment. Get OEM, rigorously tested, genuine AGCO parts made with superior quality materials in stock whenever you need them. Don't delay. Get your machines serviced now and hit the ground running in 2024. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag Equipment today to learn more.
You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School, and we jump in right to our KSOM halftime show. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Currently, if you're just joining us here, Treynor is leading over Riverside 40-20 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. And Austin, really, in the first quarter, I honestly thought it was going to be a much closer game. I mean, it was 16-11. Treynor was up top.
Yeah, it was really, really close there, but then the iron really doing Riverside poorly as it just kept bouncing around and not giving them a look. And then Treynor was just knocking down the 3-ball incredibly well, and that just was able to make them pull it away.
And Austin, I mean, looking at it too, Treynor was just knocking down 3-ball after 3-ball after 3-ball. And I just honestly thought that down the line, sometime it was going to stop, but it never did.
No, they missed a couple in there, but they made a whole lot more than they were missing.
Right. And one thing to mention too here for Riverside, it's just 2 players who have scored so far. Mason McCready, Grady Jepson, the only 2 players on Riverside's portion of the floor to make anything on the stat sheet notable and put any points down at all. And McCready, his points came late in the second quarter, so we almost went, I don't even know, I can't even do the math in my head right now, just about 12 minutes of just seeing Grady Jepson score.
Yeah, and unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, fortunately, it was enough to really kind of keep him in this game. Again, I know it's a 20-point game, really probably should be 17, just because, again, that last second 3-ball from Treynor kind of put him up by that 20, make it 40-20. So that was kind of a big thing, really dagger at the end of the half as well. So something to watch for there. Again, like you said, 2 players have scored for Riverside, and that's it. And what's the differential on those 2 scorers right now, Zach?
So right now, Grady Jepson sitting with 15 points here. And, well, with 20, Mason McCready, he's only got 5. So 3/4 of the scoring has gone to Grady Jepson in his favor.
I really said at the beginning of this game, man, this feels like the 2016 Warriors versus Cavaliers with LeBron taking on the Splash Brothers. And as this game has continued, I can't believe how right I really am. There's LeBron and Kevin Love right there, if not LeBron and Kyrie Irving. But I don't even know if we can step it up to Kyrie yet right now. But everybody being able to shoot the 3-ball for Treynor, so maybe that makes them a little bit better than that Warriors team. But still, I'm in awe of how well that analogy has worked out so far this game. And I couldn't have predicted it better than that. And again, I have no idea how I did it, but here we are.
Honestly, it's pretty spot on, though. I mean, really, the only thing that Riverside needs is a Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is. Because, again, we're thinking right now McCready's looking more like a Kevin Love kind of guy, not a J.R. Smith. He's looked a lot better than a J.R. Smith, that's for sure. But, again, that's just really what it's felt like here in this game. It's Jepson trying to do it all himself, and it's kept it close enough.
Right.
I mean, it is still doable. 20 points in a basketball game is not as much as you would think, especially when you're thinking to other sports as well. 20 points in soccer ain't no way.
No.
20 points in hockey also probably ain't no way.
If you're getting 20 in soccer or hockey, you have other issues.
Exactly.
Like, there are other problems down the line in that game.
20 points in football, not so bad. I mean, look at the weekend, 17 points at halftime for a certain team in the NFC Championship game at halftime. Only team that's come back from that much. Just putting that out there. And then again, 20 points in a basketball game. Really not as much as you would think about it. So we just got to see this LeBron Riverside Bulldogs and this Steph Curry, Klay Thompson-led Treynor team and see what happens here in the second half.
We'll see what happens. We're going to take a quick break here and break down some of the stats to get you ready for the second half of action. We'll see you right back here on 96.5 KSOM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanet.
For farm supplies, see Bromley Supplies in Carson. General farm supplies, nuts and bolts, just about everything you need to get whatever is broke on your farm fixed. Need a new hydraulic hose belt? Bromley Supply can do that for you. Maybe you just need a couple of adapters or fittings. They can handle that too. Conveniently located just outside of Carson. Give them a call at 402-680-5471. For all your farm supply needs, Bromley Supplies in Carson.
For over 60 years, the family-owned Mertz Welding has been providing quality welding and fabrication in Carson. They specialize in rebuilding and remanufacturing everything from light or heavy equipment. With their variety of machines and welders, there isn't a job Mertz Welding can't handle. For more information, stop into their shop on the west end of Carson or give them a call at 712-484-3821. Mertz Welding is a proud sponsor of Riverside Athletics.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
We welcome you back in here to our KSOM halftime show. Reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Hummel Insurance. Service is the difference with Hummel. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Just about a minute until we jump back in here to the second half. So might as well give you some of the breakdowns in scoring of this competition so far. Looking here at the leaders in this competition, Treynor, they're letting scoring by number 1, Jace Tams. He's got 10 points so far here tonight alongside number 20, Ethan Cones, as he's also knocked in 10 himself. Number 4, Carson Elwood's got 7 alongside number 10, Corbin Thien, as he's knocked down 5. Alec Lovely's got 3 points, and Aaron Emke's got 2. And, well, I flipped the script to look at Riverside. This won't take too long, as number 10, Grady Jepson's got 15 points. Mason McCready, the other 5. And that's it here for the Bulldogs. And Austin, of course, other than players scoring here for Riverside, kind of offering up a little bit more of a balanced second half, what do you want to see out of the Bulldogs here?
You got to try to extend that defense to the perimeter. I mean, granted, you've been giving them some tough shots here, but they've just been able to make them. You got to hope these irons switch luck on you now that you're going to the other side, and hope that bad luck you were having down here on this far end affects Treynor as well a little bit.
Right. Hey, we'll see, as Treynor is now going from left to right, Riverside from right to left. As we jump back here into action in the second half. Currently on the C-Pro scoreboard, 40-20, Treynor leads. Jumping in here. Pass goes down low. Cones tries on for an up a shot. He gets fouled as he'll go to the charity stripe just about immediately here in the third quarter. Foul is going to be a number 1, Gary Hugh. His third and the team's first here of the third quarter, of course. As well, we didn't even make it 15 seconds in, as now your knowledge is coming into play, saying that the iron doesn't work out in people's favor. Second one does go through, however. That was nothing but net, so didn't get any favoring from the iron there.
No, and you got to remember, Riverside was able to put up 20 on that side, so there is that.
You're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance, a non-zero chance of scoring.
Dish inside to Dawson Henderson as he offers up his first points of the night.
Riverside couldn't buy that layup on the other end of the first half.
Kick on the near wing, off the mark by number 20, Ethan Combs, and a board hauled in here by Grady Jepson. Hands it on off to Cole Jepson at the right wing. 41-22 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And an offensive foul is going to be called. Looks like. Well, he made the signal for an offensive foul, but it won't be.
It'll be a defensive foul.
So it'll be a normal foul. Goes on number 4, Carson Elwood. His first, team's first. Kick out to the far side of Cole Jepson. Front court right side. Tries dishing this one out to Mason McCready. Almost loses control of the basketball, then loses control, then finally picks it up to the far side. Kicks it on out here to Henderson. Driving the top by Garrett, who is up and in. Finally, we're seeing different Bulldogs score here on the night. Elwood in the near corner. Rolls out top of the key to Lovely. He tries driving in. That one hits the bottom of the rim on that attempt, as he was able to haul on the board. Jepson with a kick on out to Cole Jepson. Grady to Cole. Cole tries to drive it in. He gets that one blocked away by Aaron Emke. As Treynor's Alec Lovely will bring the basketball down the floor. Looks out over to the left. Kicks to the right to Elwood on the right arc. Drifts on over. Now kicks on over to Cones at the top of the key. Hands off to Tams. Dishes it inside here to Elwood. Tries the attempt. Puts that one up and in off the glass. 9 points for Elwood here tonight. Under 6 minutes left to go in the third. Cole Jepson at the right wing. Looks on over to the near side of Henderson. Back to Cole Jepson. Deep from downtown. That doesn't go in. Elwood able to get the board. Rolls on over to Tams. Comes down the floor with speed. Whips on out to Cones on the far side. Transitions in. Puts this one up. And now it doesn't fall through. Gets his own board. And now it's taken away here by Grady Jepson. 1-on-2 opportunity. Kicks out to Mason McCready for the end one. What a shot there by Mason McCready. Just drives in right alongside him. And nice job by Jepson just with the dish off.
I'm telling you, this hoop change might be a bigger deal than we're letting on to be.
I think maybe that's why Riverside saved all their timeouts. Do you think that's the expectation here?
Maybe.
Some mystical power of the other rim on the other side.
I'm just saying, ever since I made the Wizard Crystal Ball reference, I mean, my analogies have been on point so far.
Does that mean you're now a wizard?
Let me get a hat, and I'm set to go. I can't grow the beard yet, but other than that, we're good.
Yeah, you could probably grow it if you really took your time. It'd be a long time, but you could try. Emke kicks on to Elwood. Elwood looks cross court, goes to Cones, drives in, and one. Nice transition on the inside as he's able to knock that one down for 2. He's got a chance to make it a 3-point play.
I'm surprised that one did knock down. That thing was bouncing a little too much to be falling anytime soon. It was It was a nerve-wracking one to watch, especially if you're a Treynor fan.
A little bit as Garrett Hugh earns his 4th foul here for Riverside. He'll check out. See number 23, Peyton Amdor, check in. Cohn's looking to finish this off as he can't. Just rolls around, no good around the iron. As Grady Jepson kicks this one down the floor to Cole Jepson. Front court, far side. Now goes to the near side to Henderson as he rolls top of the key. Hands off to Grady. Grady to Cole. Cole tries from downtown. That's off the mark. Looked like it might have been touched. Either that or is in the face. I think it was a touch by number 4, Carson Elwood. Foul is going to be called down low. Riverside will bring in a sub, number 12, Owen Fenner. Foul is going to be number 20, Ethan Combs of Treynor. That'll be his 2nd. And the team's 2nd here. Let's see, the team's 3rd. Forgot to mark the last foul by Treynor on my sheet. That's why we have the electric scoreboard. A little bit more accurate than I can be. Kick inside to Cole Jepson, out to Grady Jepson, back to Cole Jepson. Whips it around to Owen Fenner at the left wing. Goes back up top the key to McCready. Kicks out Cole Jepson. Cole Jepson transition inside to Amdor, but goes with a low pass. It's almost like if you're a first baseman, that's the kind of ball you scoop up with the glove there. It's not much of a basketball dish inside.
And I'm surprised to see Owen Fenner here, number 12. He's had wide open looks here beyond the arc, and he hasn't taken them. And it's not that he doesn't take the shots. He's 16 for 42 on the year. 42 three-point shots is quite a lot for coming off the bench.
It's kind of actually an impressive feat to be able to come off the bench and put that many down. So, well, we'll see what happens. Still 45-27 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Turnover here for Treynor. Picked that up by Grady Jepson, but was dished on away by Alec Lovely. It's got that little love tap by Lovely as it goes out of bounds.
The thing is, we were just talking about Fenner. Fenner just intercepted that pass. He didn't even know it was coming. He just kind of turned and had it right in his chest, and he's like, all right.
All right, we'll take it. Fenner tries for 3. Splash! Knocks it down. Owen Fenner. What a 3-point bucket.
Looked like he almost should have gotten an and one off it, too.
Had a chance. Tams with the fadeaway jumper. That one falls through in favor of the iron. And a 30-second timeout call by Treynor. We'll take it with them. 47-30 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor with the lead. See you back in 30.
Make sure you're
5 or even 10 years. Do you dream of a more fulfilling career with greater earning potential? Let Iowa Western help you achieve those goals. This is Cindy Wetterland, Iowa Western Cass County Director.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Currently the C-Pro scoreboard, 47-30. Treynor leads in this competition. 3rd quarter of action, 3:40 left to go here. Cole Jepson at the top of the key, rolls left, tries going in, and gets the end one! What a shot off Jepson's hands! Somehow, some way, falls through.
I'm telling you, this lucky iron, they could not buy that bucket in the first half.
And imagine that's your first 2 points of the game right there for Cole Jepson.
Unbelievable.
I'm just in disbelief that even fell through. Carson Elwood called for the foul. That'll be his 2nd, team's 4th. 3:35 left to go. But not before Cole Jepson tries to finish off the 3-point play. And he can't there as that one bricks out the back of the iron. Coming to this game, he was 15-25, so kind of never know how things are going to play out there from the charity stripe. Top of the key to Lovely, hands this one off to Emke. Now kicks it on over to Tams. He tries driving and loses the basketball in the drive inside the lane. Picked on up here behind the Bulldogs as Grady Jepson crosses the timeline. Jump stops, mid-range jumper, threw that one up there. Probably not the best look we could see from him. Jared Schwarty here for Treynor getting the rebound. Kick on here, Lovely tries with a pull-up jumper from downtown. That's no good as Grady Jepson gets another rebound there. Under 3 minutes now left to go in the 3rd. Cole Jepson on the far side tries transition again. He's now at the far block underneath the basket. Kick out downtown, McCready, that's off the mark. Schwarty able to haul on another board here for Treynor. 2:40 left to go, still 47-32 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Tams on the left wing, knocks it down. Three-point bucket for Jace Tams. 15 points for him here tonight. 18-point lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard for Treynor. Dish on the interior, probably not the best look by Cole Jepson, and a jump ball is going to be called. Trying to look to Owen Fenner, but pass is so low. I mean, just about no one could pick it up there. It was just not the best bounce pass on the interior.
But a huge jump ball call because it stays with Riverside. And probably should have been a Treynor ball as everybody was kind of diving around there.
But Grady gets the inbound. Grady Jepson gets that one blocked away. Good block by Jace Tams. Thought it could have been called a foul, but it's going to be counted as a block. They try on the opposite end here for Treynor. That one's off the mark for number 20, Ethan Cones. Driving here, up and in for Cole Jepson. He just went all the way coast to coast, all the way down the floor. What a drive. Impressive one by the freshman. Treynor back with the basketball. Cones at the top of the key. Cones kicks to Lovely. Lovely on the right wing. Transitions in, gets double teamed down low, high off the glass, up and in. That's just a confident drive there by Lovely. You really can't do much to stop it. I mean, they double teamed him down low in the near block. Fenner from the far corner. That's no good. Tams able to haul on the rebound here for Treynor. As coming down, and that's going to be no shot call for Cones. Foul's going to be called on the floor. They're not going to call it on the shot itself. We double zero. Mason McCready called for the foul. His second, team's third here in the third quarter. The minute 20 left to go. As Treynor will be inbounding with Carson Elwood on the near baseline. Elwood throws this one up high in between the circles, right to Jace Tams. Finds an open lane, takes it, throws it up, gets fouled on the shot at Tabs. Basketball didn't fall through, but it'll go to the line for a pair.
Yeah, that one kind of a clear-cut foul on that one, to say the least. It's less and less starting to turn into an iron luck anymore here in this one. As Riverside, they were outscoring Treynor here for a little bit, 14-7, and now it's 14-12. They're still outscoring them, but 5-point run, make it 6 after the free throw here for Treynor.
Tams knocks in the first, like you said, and the second. So now Treynor kind of pulling their way back in here.
14-14 here in this third. And again, 14-7, Riverside was outscoring to start this.
Cole Jepson jump stops, look inside to Amdor. Amdor will get fouled. It'll be on the floor. Kind of jumped up a little too late to take the shot, because you saw the player jumping up on the floor, Jace Tams, as he's called for his first, team's fifth. So the foul on the floor will still get him at the charity stripe with a minute 5 left to go.
For a second there was a little bit of a late call. I was like, please tell me you're going to call this, right?
Amdor knocks in the first for his first points on the night. As we'll see number 24, Kyler Reekin, for the first time in the second half. Saw him a little bit in the second quarter. As Grady Jepson will check out. And the second doesn't fall through at the charity stripe. Somehow getting his own rebound, but he just steps out of bounds. Like the effort by Amdor, though. That's just a heads-up play. Goes to it. Got there for a second, but just a heel out of bounds.
Yeah, again, it was just dropping those back heels on that baseline is what cost him there. Is just half a second earlier, and he throws that in. That's a safe play for Riverside.
Ethan Cones to the right wing, throws on over to Elwood on the left wing, transitions in as he gets fouled. He'll go to the line for a pair. 50.2 seconds left to go here in the third. Foul is going to be a number 24, Kyler Reekin for Riverside, his first and the team's fifth. So regardless if it was a shooting foul or not, it was there in that case. Elwood heads to the charity stripe, and the first one doesn't fall through. He's just 57% on the season from the free throw mark. Grady Jepson checks back in, as we'll see Alec Lovely of Treynor check back in. He'll go in for Jared Schwarty, as we'll see number 24, Kyler Reekin check out for Riverside.
It's interesting to see, at one point in this quarter, Treynor was out fouling Riverside 3-0.
Which, kind of crazy when you look down the line at that, but evenly called. Got to give him that. Elwood knocks down the second. Knocks them both down. Deep three here for Cole Jepson as that one's just off the mark. Elwood getting the board. Shot clock turned off. 30 seconds left to go. Kick back for Lovely. Drives in for Treynor. That one up and in. Just on the floater. A little teardrop is what I like to call it as it just dropped on in there. 15 seconds left. Deep three from Grady Jepson. Not a good look at all. Tam's able to pick up the basketball. Riverside kicks this one over to Ellen Fenner. Fenner gets this one to Grady Jepson. Stops, jumps, takes a shot in, and that's a much better look there by Jepson.
Looked like a foul could have been called a couple times there on that drive-in for Jepson. But again, the fact that he took a deep shot like that, which was not a good look,
no,
and he still almost made it, that might, stoke it a little bit to take those shots a little more, too, unfortunately.
I'll give it to him that he can make it. I won't give it to him in terms of it being a look that you should take in the future.
Of course.
But, hey, I mean, he's a guy who's been averaging 25.9 points per game, so got to give him that. Finally knocks down his first point here of the second half, though, Austin. He had 15 in the first. Last second shot doesn't fall through for Alec Lovely. That's going to finish things off here in the third quarter as we head to the fourth. 57-36 in the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads. See you back here on 96.5 KSOM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet in just a few moments.
When your home or business has been affected by water, fire, smoke, or mold, and you don't know what to do next, we do. From one room to multiple levels, we can do it all while working with you and your insurance company. Service Master by Rice is your local experts for residential and commercial restoration, offering emergency services 24/7, 365. To set up services, call 712-243-5373 with phones answered 24/7. Service Master by Rice serves all of Western Iowa.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
We welcome you back here to the action. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Reminder that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative, and Principal Financial Group, Mark Smith and Aaron Friend. Austin, it's been, sometimes we thought Riverside would itch their way back here into this game, but rather, they're now down by 21 here still as we head into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they really haven't been able to, creep back into this game whatsoever. Like, they attempted to cut the lead at the beginning of the third, and it kind of started to work, but they were never down by less than 15. As, again, we thought maybe the starter was like, man, these irons really are working out the way we thought. It's hard to knock them down on this far side, and the near side a little easier. But then Treynor figured out how to use the iron, and it's worked out for him.
The action resumes here. Treynor so from left to right, Riverside from right to left. Shot off the mark by Jace Tams. Kind of did a spin around look. That one didn't fall in his favor. 57-36 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads in this game. Kick out to Cole Jepson as he transitions in. Whips that one up. That's no good. Ethan Cohn's able to haul on the board for Treynor. Rips on out. Kicks here to Lovely. This one's from downtown as that's way off the mark as it goes out of bounds. Owen Fenner will check in here for Riverside. Lovely's done that now twice.
I don't even know if that one would hit the backboard.
It didn't. And he's usually been pretty spot on here tonight other than starting off the fourth quarter of action. Cole Jepson hands this one off to Grady Jepson. Kicks in the near corner to Garrett Hugh. Goes on the opposite end to Cole Jepson. Dishes this one out. And Fenner knocks it down. Another three for Fenner. What a shot by the freshman. He's got a heck of a shooting form.
Give him some more open shots. Why not?
Lovely on the near post. Spin move. Fadeaway jumper's no good as Fenner gets a rebound. Kicks this on over to Mason McCready. McCready looks on over to Cole Jepson on the opposite side of the floor. Jump stop kick out of Hugh. Try going to Fenner. Fenner was kind of kicking inside rather than going out as Hugh thought he was. Cole Jepson now trying the deep three, knocks it around. Deep shot for Cole Jepson. It's the freshman bringing Riverside back in here this game. They're still down by 15 on the Seed Pro scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. Tams trying to dish that one off inside, and then another turnover here for Treynor.
Huge start. Huge start to this fourth quarter for Riverside. Still 15, but, you know, it could be worse.
And right now, with the momentum they're coming out with here in this fourth quarter, they might have a good chance. Fenner in the far corner here for Riverside. Goes around the perimeter as he gets this one off to Cole Jepson. Kicks to Garrett here on the near wing. Goes to the opposite wing to Fenner. Rips it around to Cole Jepson. Tries transitioning in. Dishes off to Mason McCready. That's off the mark. Getting the board is Emke. Cole Jepson almost able to get a hand in there. Cole Jepson almost getting a turnover. Got a hand in there. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to be last touch off Alec Lovely. I saw Cole Jepson running down the floor, paid attention to him the whole time, knew he was going to try it. Right when you saw Lovely switch hands to dribble with the right, Jepson's hand was in there, but, oh, man, they're going to call it. Now lost on Riverside, I don't know.
As far as this one gets conversation, but that one from the girls' game got none.
Me too. I know exactly what you're talking about in that game. Kick over to Carson Elwood on the right wing. Transitions over to the top of the key as he hands this one off to Tams. This one, a jump stop jumper from downtown, is no good. Fenner able to haul on the board. He's coming down the floor with speed. Haven't seen him much in terms of that control point guard position yet tonight. Grady Jepson rips down on over to Cole Jepson. This one's from downtown. That's just off the back of the iron. And it's going to be a board all in by Cones. Turner back with the basketball. Lovely to Elwood. Elwood tries driving in the lane. Throws that one up, but it's going to be a defensive foul here on Riverside. Looks like it's going to be, I believe, number 23, Peyton Amdor. That'll be a second. Team's first of the fourth quarter. 30-second timeout called by Treynor. We'll take it with them. 57-42 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads. See you back in 30.
With things winding down for the year, it's time to stock up on genuine AGCO parts and service at Ziegler Ag Equipment. Get OEM, rigorously tested, genuine AGCO parts made with superior quality materials in stock whenever you need them. Don't delay. Get your machines serviced now and hit the ground running in 2024. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag Equipment today to learn more.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Ziegler, with top-notch agriculture and construction equipment right in Atlantic. Currently on the Seed Pro scoreboard, 57-42 here in this fourth quarter. Treynor's still leading in this competition, but Riverside's making a little bit of a name for themselves. Elwood at the charity stripe here for Treynor. Knocks in the first. He's been pretty good here so far from the free throw line tonight. As we'll also see number 10, Corbin Thien, check in for the Cardinals. Corbin Thien standing at 6'6", by the way. A little bit taller than you and I, Austin.
I could only dream to be half that.
Oh, half that, huh?
Well, halfway between that and what I am, I should say.
Okay. Elwood knocks in the second. I was going to say, I was like, well, I mean, if you were going to dream that, we can make it happen. Deep three here for Riverside is no good. And a nice tip away for Grady Jepson on the inside to prevent the board. Try looking inside, not the best look in the interior. Take away here. Cones tried dishing this one out. Picked it up here by Riverside. Amdor just gets this one into the hands of Mason McCready to let him take over in between the circles. Kicks out Cole Jepson. Near corner, Fenner from downtown. That's no good. The board hauled in by Thien.
I wanted that one for Fenner. I wanted that one.
Lovely makes a handoff here to Cones. Interior look to Thien. Tries putting that one up and in. I don't even know how that got off. Just spun around. It was almost like chest level when he threw it up.
Little argument between Riverside head coach and the official looking for something maybe down there.
61-42 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Foul's going to be called on Treynor. Beyond number 4, Carson Elwood, his third. But just the team's first here, as Cole Japson will head to the charity stripe.
Coach still not happy over there.
Your team's down. You're trying to get your way back in. You feel like call doesn't go your way. You're not going to get happy there, as Japson, unfortunately, unhappy with that free throw attempt for the first, as that one doesn't fall through. 4:07 still have to go here in the fourth. 61-42 on the Seed Pro scoreboard, and Jepson can't knock either one of them down. Has not made a free throw yet tonight. Alec Lovely between the circles for Treynor. Under 4 minutes left to go. Ethan Cones with a dish inside. Now a look on the interior to Corbin Thane, and that one's up and in. I like the inside look there to Thane. Just kind of, I like the little fadeaway there in that case because you're using the glass to your advantage. You kind of got out of really getting blocked away. Deep three, Amdor! Knocks that one down. Full timeout taken here by Riverside. They're going to count it as a 2.
Foot was on the line.
Foot was on the line. Thank you for confirming, as we're going to take a quick break here. 63-44. See you back here in 30 seconds. Treynor leads.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And let's jump right back here into this competition. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Remember that tonight's game is brought to you by Iowa Western Community College in Atlantic. BU at Iowa Western. 3:32 left to go here in the fourth, and mistakenly, I called Amdor before the break to knock in a 3. It was counted as a 2, as you confirmed, Austin. So thank you for identifying that mark. Just a little bit of that foot on the line just doesn't give you the 3-point shot. So unfortunately, in his case, it's a block down low. Amdor making up for it there. Heck of a defensive play. Still Riverside down by 19 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Dish goes on the outside of McCready in the far corner. That's off the mark. Towns able to haul on the board. He comes down the floor with a lot of speed, and a foul's going to be called. They're going to call it on Mason McCready. I didn't see a reach in or a foul or anything. It was honestly a pretty clean defensive effort. No block. Stayed tight, but not too tight. Well, can't win them all, can you? Still 63-44 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Under 3 minutes left to go. Inside look to Thien was just dropped away by the sophomore. Picked on up now by Grady Jepson as he crosses the timeline. Takes a deep 3, and that's going to be off the mark. Tam's able to haul on the board. Gets practically triple teamed as he gets it to Thien. Now looks on the far side of the floor to Cones. Cones goes on over to the left wing after crossing the timeline. Gets it to Tams in between the circles. Tams kicks on over to Elwood. Elwood with a bounce pass out of the key to Lovely. Lovely signals with his right. Looks on over to Elwood to transition in. Thien gets the pass. Kicks on out to Elwood. Bounce pass goes top of the key once again here for Cones. Transitions in. 7 on the shot clock. Up and in for Ethan Cones. 15 points for Cones here on the night. Under 2 minutes left to go in this game. Bounce pass goes to McCready in the front court near side. Now contained by Owen Fenner. Dishes it to Grady Jepson. Jepson rolls around right side, now in between the circles with a throw on over to the far side of Cole Jepson. Jump stops, transitions in, gets blocked away by Corbin Thien. 9 seconds are remaining on the shot clock here for Riverside on this inbound.
Not even intentional block away either. He was just reaching his arm out, and Cole Jepson just shot it right into it.
Right. And we'll still count as a block. I mean,
It
it's
will.
off the hand. We'll take it. Brady Jepson, Mason McCready, splash, knocks that one down for 3. Nice shot on the right wing. 65-47, Riverside is pretty much held within this score for the majority of the game, other than the first quarter.
Practically at this point, if Treynor's leading by 20, you better believe Riverside's knocking down a shot. If Treynor's leading by 15, you better believe Riverside ain't hitting nothing.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens here. They're still within 18 points in the Seed Pro scoreboard. McCready gets the board, brought it down the floor, kicked the Fenner on the far corner. Fenner transitions to the top of the key, and a full timeout is going to be taken by head coach Nick Crone. We'll take it with them. 65-47 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Treynor leads. See you right back here on 96.5 FM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishna Nets.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And with just under a minute left to go in action, we jump back here at Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. 65-47 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Riverside just called a full timeout, which took us to that break there. And Austin, I mean, really at this point, just 53.7 seconds left to go. Not much you can do here in this competition.
No, again, we'll see if Riverside's able to jump within that 15-point mark, because they really have just been staying between 15-20 all night long.
Right. Garrett Hugh kicks this one out. This one's from downtown. That's off the mark as it goes out of bounds. Shot by Kyler Rieken. Just wasn't able to knock it in.
And it would have only been a 2. Another toe on the line.
I got to watch the toe. Maybe I got to get glasses to see the toe. Just 36 seconds left to go here in action. Treynor with the basketball. Game clock and shot clock separated by just about 8 seconds. This one rolls around the rim and falls in. And
that went in?
That went in.
That was like it went on the outside.
Shot by Peter Young, just marked as a 2. A very deep 2. This one's a deep shot here for Riverside as that goes out of bounds. So just 13.8 seconds left to go.
Officials called that a 3. I thought that was a 2. I think he had his foot on the line.
I thought he did too.
These guys have had their foot on the line a lot for the Bulldogs.
Well, sometimes you got to watch the foot, and other times it doesn't fall in your favor. Riverside inbound. They kick this one into the interior to Rieken. Tries with left hand. That's up and in.
I'm telling you, if Treynor goes up by a 20, you know Riverside's making the next shot.
Pretty much shots gone, but they won't have enough time to make any more shots here against Treynor tonight. As that brings us to our final score of 67-49 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. As Treynor wins big here over Riverside. And like I said, for the girls, that shows why the boys team is ranked here. They're number 8, ranked by the IHSAA. They were ranked just yesterday, brought up to that ranking. So definitely shows there with this final score. We're going to break down this game a little bit, give you our player of the game, and get you on out of here to enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night and the best country music on 96.5 KSOM. We'll see you right back here in just a few moments.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal. and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we jump right back in here. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Your final score ending here in boys basketball action, 67-49, as Treynor wins it big here over Riverside. And Austin, I mean, the first quarter, entirely different look. It was 16-11, Treynor led. But, man, it really spread out in that second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was Jepson taking over there for a while. The big thing was 15 points for him in the first half, just one in the second half. Not sure how that happens. We saw him take a couple of bad looks, but really just kind of fell off there in the second half. But, again, just an interesting way for Treynor to pull ahead. They really spread the ball around and were able to do really well from beyond the arc, again, to start that first half and in the entirety of that second quarter as well, and that's really what kind of put them ahead. And again, they never led by less than 15, really, never really led by more than 20 either, so it stayed within that range pretty much the whole time. But again, Treynor just kind of kept rolling the entire night, and again, we didn't see much stoppage in that first half either.
Didn't see much stoppage, and really the name of the game was pretty much just a lot of turnovers here, a lot of missed shots, missed opportunities here for Riverside that Treynor just took advantage of. Us. Let's kind of just break down some of the stats here this competition. Jace Tams led in scoring here for Treynor at 17 points on the night. Right behind him was Ethan Cones with 15, as Carson Elwood finished off double-digit scoring with 13 points on the night. Corbin Thien knocked in 9. Meanwhile, Alec Lovely had 7. Peter Young and Aaron Emke finished off scoring with 2 points each. Looking out over the opposite team here for Riverside, they're led in scoring still here by Grady Jepson, as he had 16, but he averaged 25.9 points per game this season. So big low for him here tonight. Probably not one of his better games that we could have seen out of the senior. Looking down the line here also, Mason McCready knocked in double digits with 11 points. Knocking in 7 points here tonight was Cole Jepson. Right behind him was Owen Fenner with 6. Knocking in 3 was Peyton Amdor. And knocking in 2 were Garrett Hugh, Dawson Henderson, and Kyler Reekin to finish off scoring here tonight. And Austin, I got to ask you, who's going to be your player of the game, which is brought to you by Service Master by Rice in Atlantic, serving Southwest Iowa with comprehensive restoration services for your home or business with great rates without the wait. Are you going to wait and name, or you want me to name?
I'll let you name. I'll wait. I took the first try last time for the girls' game, so I'll leave this one to you.
I'm going to name Jace Tams. Looked really good in the first half, looked really good in the second half, played a heck of a defensive game, took a couple of three-point shots that I didn't agree with entirely, but overall, with young talent out of him, I mean, he's a senior this season. He's playing up to his expectations, averages 18.8 points per game, puts down 17 here tonight, just right about that mark. I liked how he played, thought it was a good effort brought on by the senior, and he's going to be my player of the game.
Yeah, I was kind of torn who I was going to pick, and then you told me that Jace Tams led the team in scoring, and I was like, wait a minute, that can't be right. I feel like we only heard his name on the defensive end, and obviously I trust your stats when it comes to points, so that kind of secured it. I was like, man, I felt like we were only calling him for defensive plays really tonight, but he led the team in scoring too. Yeah, easy lock, player of the game for me. That kind of secured it for him in my mind right there in the final moments.
We'll see how both of these teams favor out the rest of the season. Looking here for boys basketball action, Treynor will improve to 15-2 on the season as, well, right now they're currently undefeated in Western Iowa Conference action. On the opposite side here for Riverside, they're going to fall to 8-9 and 500 as they're going to sit 6-6 in Western Iowa Conference action. For the girls' side, as I did not mention in that post-game show, the Bulldogs will fall to 9-8 and 4-6 in the conference as the Cardinals improve to 12-4 and 11-1 in the conference action. Austin, any final thoughts before we close things out here on our post-game show?
Man, with the season coming to an end here soon, only a couple weeks left, right? Maybe about a month, if that. Really, I mean, these teams got a lot to, iron out a little bit towards this postseason if some of them want to make it into it, or if, again, you want to go far in it if you're looking at these Treynor ranked teams as well.
Right.
So a lot of things to maybe clean up here in these next coming weeks. Games should start to lighten up a little bit since we're a little farther past the makeup games that we lost during that winter, freeze, to say the least. So something to watch here for as these teams get a little healthier. They get a little, more rest in them between games. So that's going to be a big thing as well.
It'll be a big thing and a big game coming up here on KSOM on Friday, February 2nd for more basketball action as Cam will take on Xavier EHK in a Rolling Valley Conference doubleheader with myself, Zach Collins, on the call on the pregame show starting at 5:45 p.m. Austin West, where will you be on Thursday?
I will be up in Coralville, Iowa, out in eastern Iowa for some girls state wrestling. Plenty of area girls here in our immediate area for the listening area, but a lot of girls as well in the surrounding area. As we were kind of going through that today, we're like, all right, let's take a look at our area teams, and then let's go, surrounding area, because KSOM reaches a lot farther than maybe some of the towns we exclusively mentioned. So we've got a lot of other schools out there that reach coverage, but maybe don't even get the highlight a lot of times. So I'll be bringing live updates. We'll have some play-by-play for some matches every single day. So if your favorite wrestler is down there at Girls State Wrestling this weekend, I mean, KSOM is kind of the place to listen, to be honest.
Of course. And, of course, on Friday, it'll be the place to listen for basketball. Thursday and Friday, the place for wrestling.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So we've got plenty of sports coming this weekend for sure. We'll have the live stream will be our finals matches and stuff like that. And later into the day on Friday for Girls State Wrestling, you'll be on the airwaves for your call of basketball. And then obviously I think we're having another basketball call over on KS95 as well for Atlantic basketball.
We are.
So we've got 3 separate broadcasts all in one night. And so if that doesn't kind of secure in your mind, like, man, this is kind of the place to catch up on all Southwest Iowa sports, I don't know what else is going to prove it.
I don't know what will.
Exactly.
But regardless of that, we want to thank you and our sponsors for listening to tonight's broadcast and for our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible, including the Seed Pros, Brocker Carnes & Carnes, Cats Health, Riggs Ag Services, Anita Supply Center, Humble Insurance, Rancho Grande, Stein Seed, Principal Financial Group, Ziegler, Iowa Western Community College, Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, Service Master by Rice, Mertz Welding, and Brumley Supplies. This broadcast has been an exclusive presentation of Meredith Communications. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of Meredith Communications is prohibited. The General Manager of Meredith Communications is Bill Saluk, and the Sports Director of KSOM is myself, Zach Collins. Once again, your final score here from Riverside. The girls fall here to Treynor 54-28. Meanwhile, the boys on the opposite end also fall to Treynor 67-49. For Austin West, I'm Zach Collins. Thank you for listening to another presentation of KSOM Sports on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanet. Enjoy your Tuesday night, as we'll see you right back here for Thursday girls wrestling action and on Friday for some more basketball action. As we say good night from Oakland.
That was another presentation of KSOM Sports on 96.5 FM. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of Meredith Communications is prohibited. KSOM Sports thanks you for listening to this broadcast as we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming on 96.5 KSOM.